Alright.
Are we actually doing this?
Yeah, what do you guys remember from last session?
Everything's going well,
Ew.
and nothing bad happened.
Oh, that's not really how I remember it, but that's how you guys recall.
Let's just run it like that.
Alright.
Michael agrees to disagree.
Yes, fair enough. Right, so where are you guys right now, Michael Mosky or Shirag?
Not in a hole.
Not in a hole. You got
We are somewhere in Sonara where I've never been.
That's true. This is new to Dern. Dern's never been to Sonara. Here's music for the oh, you guys aren't even connected.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I was just commenting to our YouTube fan, sending him thanks and saying you're going to enjoy next session, which is right now.
Hey Jeff, we're already recording. We jumped in because they need time to do stuff anyway.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, so
What's up, man? Happy birthday.
Hey, thanks.
birthday. Yeah, so
For some reason, I remember that Naz's birthday is close to mine, or the same day or something. Is that right? Am I remembering?
I think he's muted.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, wow. Tomorrow, big shot.
What?
Yeah, I don't follow that either, but sure. So yeah, you
It's
guys.
tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Sorry.
Oh, I see. Sorry about that, but didn't mean to offend you there.
So you guys are in the low district of Sonara, and yes, Dern has never been here. How did you get here, Dern? Why are you in Sonara?
Darren, that he asked himself that because the last 36 hours have been crazy. But Iwan teleported us in a very well constructed plan. Retrieve these books,
What's in the books? Why does
of which
Dern
I
care
don't
about
know the
these books?
significance, but Darren doesn't care about the books at all. Darren was just voluntold that he was coming on this mission and had nothing else to do, so he came.
Did you say voluntold?
Voluntold.
Yeah, he was voluntold.
All right, so things went wrong during the heist, and your gnome disappeared. Your gnome did her little thing where she kind of cuts a little fabric of reality and jumped through it, and she disappeared. And you were fighting a lion man. You had a hound archon, but Iwan's trap basically trapped him real good. He slipped into it and melted in acid. But the lion jumped over it, the lion man jumped over it, and he was fighting you guys, but Dern hit him hard, Bob hit him hard, and then Bob crit him for like 80 damage or whatever the crap it was, because he was smiting.
Yeah, negative Tommy Wingle's hit point, or we
That
were
was
done.
crazy. 88.
Yeah, I think it was 88. It was some large number of hit points. Yeah, so you did that, and then you decided to run away, because Nero had gotten all the books, and you had no idea where the gnome was, and you decided you're just going to run away. So you ran, and right before you started running, Nero cast, like, basically fake haste on you. I forget what the actual spell's called. But you guys were significantly faster than the people chasing you, and even though they were kind of raising the alarm and people were coming out the front of the building, you were on the other side where Iwan made a door. She molded the stone into a small door for you to use. You guys basically got away without any problems. As you were running away, I know Nero noticed, I'm not sure if Bob noticed it, but there were significantly less Glorious Reclamation soldiers around, both on the ramparts, like no one was really guarding the bridge to the low district, and when you got to the low district, you saw no patrols at all. Like, there used to be lots of them everywhere, and now there's seemingly none when you were escaping, looking for a place to hide.
Yeah, anarchy.
Yeah, and you also noticed some graffiti around the low district, and such things were said as, the Glorious Reclamation is not a friend to tieflings. Remember Cointa? Collaboration will get you killed. And some other stuff of that general idea, but you really have no idea what's going on. But it seems to be anti-human, anti-Glorious Reclamation graffiti is around. And then you found a place to stay. You found some crappy little inn, or a tavern or whatever it is, somewhere in the low district. And you decided we're gonna sleep here for the night while we figure out what's going on. And Nero he spilled out all the books he threw into his bag, and he looked for that piece of paper that was on top of the notes, and he read it, and a sepia reddish brown colored snake jumped off the page and bit him, and he is now paralyzed, encased in this amber glowing thing around him, an amber glowing field. It's not like hard like Amber. Like you can kind of touch him and he's a little fuzzy, but you feel him. But it's just like there's an energy shield around him, and he appears to be paralyzed.
Is it a shield? Like if I hit him, he won't get hurt? Or
You should try. You should definitely try that. You can make a spellcraft check to see what you know about the spell.
yeah, let's let Bob do a thing
Yes.
that requires a brain.
You're gonna have to roll a spellcraft. Oh, is it trained only? Because that would be terrible.
Dern's gonna do it to you.
All right. So I would advise you to make a spellcraft check because basically we're gonna pick up there. So you're in your
Oh,
little tavern room, and
I have my sim. I got really excited.
sorry. Should I do that now?
It is trained
Yeah, you're
only.
breaking up a little bit.
It is
I
trained
want to break it
only?
up.
It is
Yeah,
trained
so
only.
Bob, you can't make a spellcraft check. You have no idea what happened to Nero.
Sick.
Oh my god.
Durin has
Yeah.
no idea what happened. You have, so you
Nero's
have no
dead.
idea.
We are opening up a Josh factory.
You guys are both certain that there's definitely magic at play here. This is some sort of like curse or something happened on this book, but you have no idea what it actually is. And he's frozen. So what do you plan to do about that?
Bob, do you have any hideouts around here?
Around here, ooh. The answer would be no anywhere, but
Is Maggie with us?
Did you already
Boo,
send her
whatever?
back, or do you want to do that now? We'll say she's with you. She's with you.
Okay. Does she have dispel magic or spellcraft check?
I do not think she has spell magic.
where is Brexter?
Rexer can be with you too. We didn't bring him, but he can be there with you if you want.
Does Brexter know anything about magic? Oh, I can pray. Hey Moloch, what's up, bud?
That's your prayer.
Hey, what's up, bud?
Maggie does not have spellcraft. She does not know what this is either.
Moloch
Okay.
knows what this is. Does Brexter know what this is?
Let me see. I hope if he saved you.
We're pulling at straws.
Yeah. He's not on the SRD because it's a whole thing. Okay, he does not have spellcraft either. No.
All right.
Yeah, so none of your devil friends can help you with this, and neither of you know what it is. You just know that he's paralyzed, he's encased in some kind of magic.
Okay, then I'll tell Maggie. I'll say, listen, the objective was these books, so go back and give these books to Vors, and tell him we're in a lot of trouble and to keep him safe.
Okay, Maggie agrees to do that, and she asks, "Are you going to find Iwan?"
Where the fuck is Iwan?
I don't know. And she seems distressed.
Iwan just abandoned the party.
She wouldn't do that, would she? She's concerned again. And remember,
I just
Maggie
met
is
you
this
guys.
weird, like, she has the torso of like an infant and the bottom of like a bulbous giant fly. So she's disgusting looking.
So she is disgusting.
But she agrees. She'll take the books to Vors if that's what you want her to do.
I turn to Brexter and say, "Do you know any hideouts around here? Like
He shakes his head. He's never been to Sonara.
any sympathizers?"
No, he's never been here. He's from Kantara.
Dern grabs his face and pulls down on his face, and he says, "Okay, Bob. What about these tieflings? They don't like to. They seem like they don't like GR. Maybe you can help us."
I'm certain one of them must be intelligent.
This is a pickle, Bob. Do we? I'm trying to think about what Dern knows, not what Shirag knows, because Shirag knows a lot of stuff. But
Where-
Dern don't know anything.
Where is the closest city where we don't get murdered?
Let me take you to a map. Let me know how you like this map compared to the other one we used to use.
It's gonna be a goddamn flying map.
No. It's a map of Cheliax.
I like the other one better.
Like the one, okay, we can go back to that one. That's fine.
It's fine.
I was just curious. So here, this is
wow.
the other one.
Yeah, I like this one better.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, this was nice.
So
Yeah.
you're in Sonara, right? And Kantari is way over there. And
That's like a couple
Longacre's
days.
over here. You could walk to Longacre. Remember, you used to be able to walk. Basically, you just follow this river down. You can walk to Longacre. And Agorian, where you were, is all the way over there.
How long would Longacre take?
Do I still have that overland map? I did. Let me see. One, two, three, 4. At least 5 days walking on the road as fast as you could. You'd have to camp like every 2 hexes. There's also, on the way, you can stop at the Hell Knight map that Michael likes so much.
Sick.
If you wanted to hide out with them. But you'd have to leave the city. Previously, Iwan just teleported you and out of it.
Yeah.
Bob, do you have any useful spells?
Fuck. Right now?
Right now.
Right now. I can intimidate things. I can scare things.
Darren laughs.
I don't think I do have anything useful here, seriously. Like, I, Michael Mosky, don't think I have useful things here.
I don't believe that any of your spells
Dern says, if I move by myself, I can move really fast and go get help. And he is referring to the spell Cheetah Sprint, which lets me move 10 times my base land speed. Oh, only 1 round.
Only for one. Is it a swift action?
It's
at least?
trash.
Yeah, it's swift action. You charge and smash.
That's
them.
pretty cool though. Yeah, when it's useful, it's useful.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Go through
Nero
and
was
see what
frozen.
that's
He
like.
was reading a piece of paper, so he's still got the parchment like in his hands.
That's why Bob doesn't read.
Okay. I have an idea. Bob,
I can bestow
there's
a
a shop
card.
around here. I can go buy it. If there's a shop around here, I can buy a scroll to dispel this magic.
Okay.
Hopefully it works.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Let's give it a go.
So Bob, I know
And
Michael
He
Moss might not know
puts
this.
his tiny hand.
Okay, sorry. Do whatever.
He puts his tiny hand on you and says, "I don't think you're allowed to go out. You're a wanted criminal around here. I've seen the posters."
Fair. Maybe also get a scroll of teleport me out of here.
And he says, "Just keep him safe, and I'll go buy those things." Do you have any money? Because I don't really have too much.
Yeah, Bob has money. I don't know exactly how much money I have, but
How do you not know how much money you have?
I don't know, give
You gotta know how much money you
me
have.
like $2,000 or something.
yeah, whatever. You can have 2,000 gold.
You have 2,000 gold?
I didn't buy anything ever.
What are you talking about? I thought you bought like a cloak or something.
I don't think I bought a cloak.
Did you not buy anything at the beginning of this chapter? Because then you'd
I
have
don't-
crap tons of money.
You bought that sick cloak we traded for.
Oh yeah, that's right. Nas
So-
and I finagled things. But then we sold one of the cloaks for like 1,500 gold.
For more than that, but yeah, you should have $2,000 in gold.
Alright, fine. So you're giving 2 grand to
Are we
Dern. Yeah.
spending money? Joe, where are we right now?
You're
We're
on
not
the
in
low
the
district.
tavern?
You're in Sonara, yeah. And on the map of Sonara, you are here in the low district, which is like the cheap side of town, the poor side of town. Across the bridge.
Is this in like someone's shop or something? Or
You guys found an inn. Basically, you guys found like a dingy place to rent a room for the night.
There's a scroll shop right up here, though.
Yeah, the Sphinx's Quill. It's a scroll shop that Vor's got you introduced to a long time ago. That's correct.
isn't that where we came from? The danger zone?
Yes, the High District is where the warehouse was that was converted into a barracks where you stole the books. That is correct.
Oh, well, fuck.
I'll go to the. So I'll say Bob, stay here. I'll go to the shopkeeper and I'll say, "Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, bro.
Hey, buddy.
Bud."
It's the middle of the night because like you guys chose to
Uh,
attack at night. So are you gonna wait till the morning? Because the shop's probably not open this late at night.
Shop's always open.
I don't think the shop's always open.
Okay,
It's like
well,
Wednesday.
I'll still speak to the innkeeper and say, "Where's the nearest scroll shop?"
And he directs you to the high district. He says most of the magic items, like, well, what are you looking for first off?
Drugs.
Dispel magic and teleport.
He shrugs as if he's not that good with magic. He doesn't really know what those are. He says the Sphinx's quill has pretty much everything up in the high district. But, you know, if you can find people in the low district, you know, they don't have shops per se, but they're around.
Do not give my gold.
Can you point me to someone?
Make a diplomacy check.
God damn it.
Can I intimidate him instead?
You can try. What do you say to make an intimidate check?
He just opens the void stomach. It's
I just say, "Listen, buddy. Like, this is a really important thing. You better point me in the right direction right now."
Okay, go ahead and make an intimidate check.
I'm about to
You've got your
blow
big
his
sword on your back.
Socks off.
Am I still with you at this point? Yes, I am.
You're in the inn still.
Okay, can I assist in this intimidate check?
What do you say to assist him?
I don't know.
You can't assist him.
It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah. So the
okay.
guy looks genuinely afraid, but he apologizes profusely. I'm sorry. I really don't know anybody. I don't know. Like somewhere in the southeast, maybe. I don't know. I can't help you. I just know that they're out
He
there.
says, "Listen. I didn't mean to bring that out. I'm really concerned. So, okay, I'll go check it out." Is it? So it's way too late at night.
It's too late at night to go shop. Well, I mean, if you want to go look through the seedy alleyways of the low district looking for a guy who sells scrolls, you can try. But it is late.
We could rob the scroll shop.
It's true.
No, I don't want to have a scroll shop. I thought about it. So I'll go.
You guys
I'll
are
go back
totally
to
gonna
Bob.
get jumped looking for the scroll.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. So I'll go back to Bob upstairs or whatever, and I say, "We got a bunk down here. Just lay low and try not to attract attention. I'll go get the scroll in the morning."
All right.
Now, Bob, again, so you don't know what the spell is, but you do know that you can pray to remove magic. You do know that. Like, Bob would know that.
Well, Bob just learned how to pray at like 10th level, if you recall.
Yes. Bob just learned to actually pray last. But you had spells before this. You barely ever used them, but you had them. And
Right.
one of the spells you just got, like in your third level, your maximum level, you just got, I think this level, you just unlocked them. One of them is Dispel Magic. So you can cast it. And even though you don't know what the spell on Nero is, you're pretty sure it's magic. So you can basically pray to Moloch tonight, at midnight when you pray to Moloch, that's when he does it. You can say like, "Hey Moloch, I'd really love the ability to take magic away."
All right.
And even if you don't even understand what dispel magic really means, you can just ask Moloch like, "Hey, tomorrow I'd like to be able to try to remove magic," and then you can try to make a check against it. It's harder because you don't know what kind of magic it is, but you can still try.
All right. Let's get to midnight then. Let's get to getting.
Okay, so you're gonna wait till midnight, and you're gonna start praying to Moloch like you do every night, like a good guy.
What does your prayer sound like?
Good question.
Dear Moloch, I hope this prayer finds you well. It'd be kickin' rad if you could save my bud, Nero, through me. He's got a magic curse on him right now that I could really use your devil god help to fix. Sincerely yours, Bob.
That's definitely the moral.
Alright. So you prepared your spells, and so you only get one third level spell a day, because you just got them and you're an anti-paladin.
Yep.
So you have one dispel magic. Like, so you got this, basically your third level spell slot today is dispel magic. Whatever it normally is, I think it's your screaming wall of skulls. You can't do that today.
Fuck, I love that one.
But you can try to dispel magic. So you get that spell immediately. Like, you don't have to wait till the morning. You can try it at midnight, but you can't try again until tomorrow at midnight.
Okay.
Unless you find scrolls.
Okay.
And scrolls are worse for various reasons, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So, do you want to try
Yes.
to dispel magic on your friend Nero?
Yes.
Alright. You gotta roll a d20.
Also, thanks, Moloch. You've been a bro.
Okay, do you have hero points before you roll anything?
I do.
All
I have
right.
a hero point.
You have a singular hero point. Okay.
Throw it in there.
Because I know you know exactly how hero points, I'm just going to reiterate for anybody watching that doesn't know how hero points work. Before you roll a d20, you can say you want to use a hero point and add a +8 to it.
Yes.
If you want to roll first, you roll and then you can say I want to use a hero point and you can add a +4 to it after seeing what the roll is. Or you can use a hero point to re-roll the d20 entirely.
Give me the +8.
You're going to take the +8 prior to rolling. All right.
Yeah.
So what you're making now is called a caster level check. You roll a 1d20 plus your caster level, which is a 7, because anti-paladins don't get their full level as a caster level.
Okay.
And you're going to add 8 to it. So you're going to do a 1d20 plus 15.
Okay. Do I put the +15 in the brackets, or what is the
Yeah,
actual
in the
syntax?
brackets. 1d20 plus 15 if you want, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Oh, that's... no. Did you roll a 3? You rolled a 3. Yeah, so you pray to Moloch, and you asked him, you told him it was really rockin', kickin' rad. And you cast the spell, and you feel like it's going well. You're saying the magic words properly, and you touch Nero, and the amber sheen does not dissipate from him. He's still paralyzed in front of you.
Moloch.
Bob,
Fuck me.
Bob, this isn't going well, Bob.
Yeah, you're right. We can wait again, or you can go buy some shit.
I'm gonna go buy some shit.
Alright.
Okay. So you guys are going to basically sleep for the night and wait till the morning and then go buy some shit. Now, again,
Yeah,
as I
I'm
said,
gonna get up
scrolls are worse than casting it yourself because you add the minimum caster level and the minimum ability score. So it's going to be an even lower roll than you've rolled, like much lower modifier. You're going to only have like a, what is it, a plus, what is it? +5, I think, right? It's a 3rd level spell, and you need at least a, yeah, it's just, it's only a caster level check, so it's only a +5. So you're rolling 1d20 +5. So it's not great to use scrolls. And they cost 375 gold a pop.
Jeez.
And if you want to buy a teleport scroll, like you were talking about, that is 1,125 gold.
Alright, maybe don't get that one until we save the Nero
So that's
first.
TP. And
Or we can TP. No, I was just saying maybe we can TP, TP home, TP back. TP home.
that would be
Get
2
him fixed,
teleport
TP
scrolls.
back.
Yeah, we don't have that much stuff. Sorry, bad.
Just for clarification, are you can you teleport with a paralyzed Nero? I would assume you can, right?
I think he's locked in place, if I'm remembering correctly, but let me check that.
Damn it, we can't
In
do
the
it.
floor.
Not like in the floor, but I'm pretty sure you're completely immobilized. It's not just that you're paralyzed. You're stuck where you are.
You just had to read a fucking book.
There's a note.
Yeah. You need
Whatever.
education.
I'm better than you because I can read. That's what you sound like.
While I'm looking that up,
Get to dispel magics.
basically, yeah. Okay, so it's morning now. Now,
Okay.
you're gonna go alone to walk to
Yes.
the High District, where you murdered Hound Archon and Lion Man.
Wait, didn't the guy say there's one in the southeast? Or he was just
He
talking
doesn't
shit?
know. He just knows
That
there's
was
scroll
a
dealers, and
shady-ass guy.
He says like stuff happens. Like there's like not markets or whatever. There are people in Low District that will sell you scrolls. But also, as Dern learned trying to buy drugs, if you walk around asking for expensive items, people are going to know you have money in your pocket. So
It's a good
Okay.
thing I taught you that lesson, bud.
It really is.
Good, I learned that lesson. Very, very important lesson 1. Yeah, so I'll go to the High District store,
Okay.
and I'll take a hood. I'll wear a hood.
Okay.
Like I'll just steal a cloak from somewhere.
Okay.
And then before I go, I'll ask Bob, hey, the guy that runs the shop, Is he a friend of Vors or an enemy of Vors?
Friend, as far as does Bob know?
So the owner of the quill shop, the scroll shop, is a friend of the guy Vors sold all the owl bears to. So that guy introduced you. So he's not like a close friend or anything, but he
Yeah, acquaintance, fine.
a
Then
good
Bob,
acquaintance, yeah.
Bob is aware of all of this.
Yeah.
Yes, you can drop Vors's name.
All right. I will be back, and if I don't come back, start that Chotch distillery without me.
All right. Godspeed, bud.
All right. So
Yeah.
Dern leaves the low district, and Dern heads towards the high district. And Dern, you've never been to Sonara before. And again, this is the poor district, so you can tell like the buildings here are much like they're squatter and more boring looking, kind of soot covered and stuff like that. The high district was much more fancy, had nicer buildings, kind of stuff you're used to in the core of Cheliax. Like if you were hanging out in Agorian, this is like even slummier than the slums there. And as you're moving through, you don't see a whole lot of glorious reclamation at all. Like you're keeping your hood up and you're trying to maintain a low profile. And you do see some soldiers on the ramparts around, like there are towers every 100 feet or whatever it is. And you do see a couple, but you don't see an overwhelming presence. And there's almost nobody like in the streets themselves. All right, you get over here. Make a stealth check, Mr. Dern.
Dern's the Baron. Oh, what? No. The big boy. Here we go.
Big brain dog.
What? That was low.
It's all good.
Shitty
Alright.
rolls.
So you make it across the bridge to the high district, and immediately everything looks so much nicer, and the buildings are more spread out. Like basically, people here have money, and you can definitely tell. So you're walking around, and nothing happens to you, Mr. Dern. You walk around with your hood, and you see there's a bunch of people in the streets. It seems like it's business as usual here. Like, you know, this is a city that's kind of in rebellion. I mean, even you would know that, and even though you've never been here before, like Sonara is like open, like basically they sieged it and they took over. But things seem like business as usual is here. There's merchants in the streets, and you can't even really tell that, you know, this is basically an occupying force here. And you head over to the Sphinx's Quill, where Bob presumably told you where it was roughly, and you can shop there. What would you like to do?
So I go to the shopkeeper and say, hello, good sir. I am a friend of Vors, Abernus.
Ah, yes,
You know
Master
him?
Abernus, yes. How do you know him? He looks at you quizzically.
We work together. Then he like shifts his eyes around.
Yes. Are you in the procurement of various beasts as well?
Yes.
And my friend, I forgot his name, but my friend, whatever, he sends letters about the owlbears. Apparently they're quite interesting. Very difficult to train, but he claims totally worth it.
I always say, if you can train a halfling, you can train an owlbear. It's stable.
Of course, yes. Well, hopefully they spare the rod. They're magnificent
Yeah.
beasts.
Yes. Anyway, I'm in a bit of a pickle, and I need some scrolls.
Oh? He looks you over. You can tell very much that he doesn't think much of you as a halfling. Oh? What sort of scrolls do you need?
We need Dispel Magic, and maybe eventually a teleport.
He says, of course. The spell magic is easy enough to find, but teleport, that's a pretty penny. And he's sizing you up, trying to assess how much money you have. And you are wearing a decent amount of like fighter type gear and a nice suit, so you can tell in his eyes that he's taken aback a bit. He's not sure what to make of you.
This is just for a friend of mine. I'm not involved in these things, you know.
Interesting. A friend, your friend Vors or another friend?
Vors. Yeah.
What does Vors need with these scrolls?
Well, I'm not Vors. Sorry. Vors is a friend. I don't know if you know him. Bob, Nero, those guys.
He shakes his head at Bob, but when you say Nero, he nods. Ah, yes. The one in the gray cloak that was with Master Vors.
Yeah, he's always up to something. So yeah, we need that for that reason. Only.
Fair enough. And you see as he begins talking to another halfling. He's a halfling servant nearby, and he turns back to you. Divine or arcane?
The one that dispels the snake spell.
Looks at you, extremely curious. The snake spell?
Yeah. You know when you're reading the book, but it's not a good book, and the snake jumps out and bites you.
His eyes grow wide. The snake spell? And he looks at his halfling friend. He says, but... They go back and forth for a little bit, kind of stammering. The snake spell? You mean Sephia's Sake Sigil?
Sure.
How did Nero, was it? How did Nero get himself into that?
Oh, you know, he gets books from all sorts of places, and sometimes you get like buried books, and they're not good books.
Quite. And he looks back at his halfling, who's kind of shaking his head, and he turns back to you, but he says, "But again, arcane or divine? Who is using the scroll? A priest, a mage?
Who was using the book? You mean?
No,
Who
who's
wrote the
using
book,
the
or-
scroll? Like the scroll you want to buy? Do you want a priest to use it, or do you want a mage to use it? Because it's different.
Oh, I guess mage.
Are you
I
a
would know
mage?
that, right? Dern would know he's a mage.
Yeah, you're
Or
a mage,
sorcerer.
and Bob's a priest, technically.
Yeah, you can't be wrong.
All right, so he says, he nods. Okay.
Oh, Dern, okay. Yeah.
He nods to the halfling, and basically the halfling runs into the back, and there's like a magical vault, basically, that he's going into that I described last time. And he looks at you, and he again, you can see him like visibly look at your coin purse as if like now's the time to get the money out.
How much is it?
375 gold pieces. Are you gonna buy one or two?
That's with the voice discount?
Vors isn't getting you a discount. Vors got you in the door.
Okay, fine. I'll take 2.
Okay. Alright, so you spend 750 gold on 2 dispel magic.
Joe, was Nero on that poster too?
Yes. So there's wanted posters all over town, and there's pictures and some names. So all of the pictures except for Iwin are just basically wrong. Like even how little you know them. Like there's a picture it says Nero's name under it, and it's not even his face really. But Iwin's face is very much on the money, except for the fact that her gnomish features are like embellished to the point of almost like racism, like her giant gnome nose and her big ears. But it's very much looks like
cartoons.
Nero's name is on the poster, and Iwin's name. No, Iwin's name is not. And Bob's name was on the poster, and Vors and Iwin's name were not there, but pictures were.
Okie doke.
Okay.
So this guy doesn't seem to care about that. Am I right with that?
Yeah, that's correct. He mention of Nero didn't really set him off.
Okay, yeah, I'll finish up and I'll say thanks. I might be back. I'll see you soon.
He nods and he seems very happy with the transaction. So his little assistant comes out and gives you the 2 scrolls, and he takes the 750 gold from you. And he nods and says, "Oh, of course, yes. Come stop by anytime."
And I wasn't here today.
He raises an eyebrow. Oh?
The long story. Then he leaves.
All right. And you're in the high district of Sonara. Do you want to do anything else while you're up here?
Where was the place you robbed? Just out of curiosity. Does it, from down the street, does it look any more active?
Make a perception check.
Oh, I love my buttons, I gotta tell you.
Wait, your buttons work?
My buttons, my pictures are working. Yeah, look at me. I'm throwing out things.
All right, awesome. Interesting. It should have worked last time. I didn't change anything. Anyway.
I think my Java must have updated or
Oh,
something.
I don't know. Well, we'll play.
Oh, it updated to working. That's
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
fantastic.
That's the
thing.
new thing, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you look around and you get a pretty good view of it, and even you're not like walking over and investigating it, but it doesn't look any more active. Like you kind of went there last night, so you don't really know what it looks like during the day. But you don't see like swarms of troops or anything like that. But there are visible like there's patrols going around it, but not super crazy. Doesn't seem
Okay.
like a hive of activity or anything like that.
Okay, I'll stroll back home.
All right. Give me another stealth check as you walk back to the inn you're at. It's very good.
Oot. Not bad. 1 sec. Oh, no.
Yep, nothing happens to you on the way home. All right, you get back to the inn, and Bob is there.
Bob.
How did it go?
It went okay, but it's crazy out there. There's lots of those soldiers running around.
We can probably take them.
I know, with Zerk, we can. I know with Zerk we can. But let's try to wake our friend up.
All right. He'll know what to do.
Okay, so Nero's still there, doing the thing.
Nero is still there being paralyzed,
God.
yes.
I'm so huge, I love it. Okay, so Bob rips out, Durin takes out the scroll and gives it a shot.
All right, it's a 1d20 plus 5. Do you have hero points? You just started. You don't have any hero points.
No, I'm not heroic enough for you.
All right.
Ah.
No. So you use the scroll, and the scroll burns to ash in your hands. And you touch your friend Nero, and you feel the static energy on your hands. You feel like it's trying to dissipate, but the amber color remains.
I turn to Bob and say, "Hey, man, get Moloch to bless this one. Let me try this one." And
Bob
the
starts
second scroll.
praying to Moloch.
What do you say to Moloch? What do you ask? Before you don't roll yet. I want to hear the prayer.
Okay.
Moloch, you actually answered me the other day without words. That was pretty cool. I failed to save my friend, even with your help and the hero point.
A lot of sass in his prayer, but go on.
Please help my dearest friend Dern. Save our other dearest friend Nero. Thanks.
Okay. All right,
That's
Jared,
a
you
good
get a
prayer.
+2 on this from
+2,
the
okay.
other.
Plus
Okay, here we
2.
go. +7. Here we
Yeah,
go.
so 7.
Oh
No.
my god, I rolled a 1.
No. That's
rolled a 1.
actually hilarious because I think bad things happen when you're.
I blow myself up. Come on.
Where's I think the word is mishap? Yes. Okay, you need to make a wisdom check. Just roll a d20 and add your wisdom.
Okay. Let me see how more my wisdom score is.
Just roll a d20 because it's a really low check, and you don't blow yourself up if you roll better than a 5. So.
Okay.
It's, it's at least a +1, right? Your wisdom.
No,
Is at
it's a +0. I blew myself up.
All right.
Joe, I think mishaps only happen when you're activating the scroll, but not if you fail the dispel check. Was he activating the scroll or was he?
Oh, okay, you're right. I'm mixing up my rules. You are completely
That's no big
correct.
deal.
That's a dispel check. Good call. Apologies.
Saved my
I
life.
didn't even make you roll checks to activate the scroll because I assume you're good enough to do it. Fair point. Fair point.
Okay.
That would have been hilarious.
So I
but
don't
yeah,
explode?
so
What would happen?
I think it can blow up. This uncontrolled energy hurts you. Spell strikes the scroll user or an ally instead of the intended target. Takes effect at random location. Just fun stuff.
Okay. Little stuff. Not
Little stuff, not like
getting
dying
encased
stuff,
in. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Or getting
so
encased in
you've
that
used
thing.
both scrolls now. You spent 750 gold on those, and neither of them worked.
Okay, Bob. We have to go to Plan B.
What is Plan B? God damn it!
I need more money. Is the first thing.
What? I gave you 2,000 gold.
I spent a lot of it. I have this much left, and he puts it out. He doesn't even really know.
Alright.
But I need to go ask that guy if he knows someone who can, because this isn't going well.
All right, Bob gives him more money. Does Bob have more money right
I
now?
don't know. You're supposed to know how much money you have.
I don't know.
Then you don't have money.
No, come on, you have money. Look at your sheet.
If you don't know,
Otherwise, you're selling your fancy armor.
Look at your sheet. Good luck.
You have lots of money, man. I know how much
he
money.
spent
you
a
guys
lot.
have.
He spent like 21,000 gold on a cloak.
But he recovered 5K.
I don't think he recovered 5K.
Just
Yeah,
look at
half.
how much money you started with on that loot sheet that Mike posted a while ago, or Jeff.
I,
Okay, I'll pull it up. Hang on. This is important.
if he
I
doesn't
need more
know, he
money.
doesn't have it.
I wasn't on that sheet. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I mean, again, the cloak he bought cost 24,000 gold.
I bought his cloak off of him for sale price for 4,500, and he should have had a little bit left, but
Dern and I
it's also
got
not
we,
in the
we,
sheet.
we, we got 2,200 gold from the fucking murder.
Sure.
Yeah, from the jumping.
Did you sell those items?
No, that was in addition to the rest of it.
But there's just a pile of gold.
You said plus 2,200 GP.
Okay.
I would keep that. I would not
All
split
right,
that.
fair
With,
enough.
I mean, I split that with Bob. That's it.
Okay, then yes, then you have that much gold. We'll go with that. You have that much more
Okay.
gold.
Okay, so I take Bob's share of the drug money, or the stolen drug money.
Which isn't drug money, actually.
Yeah, they didn't have drugs. But go on.
Go back to the scroll shop.
You go back to the scroll shop. Okay.
Yeah, unless I mean, before I go, I'll ask the innkeeper, hey, do you know someone who can cast a high level dispel magic?
Looks at you as if you're like a simpleton and says, the various priests and clerics of Iomade in town?
Okay. Where's that?
He directs you. There's several. So like all the temples in town have basically been converted to Iomade temples. The Asmodeans were run out of town for the most part. So yeah, so he directs you to like 2 in the low district, and there's a big chapel in the high district.
Bob
And
praised
who-
Moloch.
In front of him.
No.
Don't do that, Bob.
Okay.
And then he says, who's the closest? He just points me to one.
Yeah, he points you to one down here somewhere nearby. It's like southwest.
Okay. Thanks, man. And I'll give him $5 because I felt bad for scaring him.
What's a
earlier.
buck?
Or 5 gold or something? Is that a lot of money?
That's a lot of money to an innkeeper.
Okay, I'll give him 1 gold then.
All right, that's
That's
the
it.
decent
Thanks.
amount of money. He's happy with that. He says, "Thank you, sir. Thank you." And again, you can tell that all of these people, pretty much everyone you've interacted with, is a human, and they honestly don't think very much of you. When you're throwing around gold like that and buying expensive scrolls, you're blowing people's minds. Like that doesn't.
Okay, that's fair. This is not a normal thing for Dern. This is totally normal because he doesn't think anything of it.
Yeah, and it
I'll
definitely happens. Like there are definitely halflings that have money and that are free and do things, and even like wealthy halflings. It's very odd. And most of the halflings in this town specifically were recently freed slaves. Like most of them were slaves to begin with, and they've just recently been freed by the Glorious Reclamation. They don't have anything.
I don't even know what this freedom is.
But why don't you ask some halflings?
Yeah, maybe I will. Okay, I'll walk over to the little shop.
It's not a shop; it's a church to the god.
Or church, sorry, church.
Can walk over to the church.
to God. Yeah, I'll go to the church.
Okay, you're gonna walk into a church of Iomade.
Yeah, I'm neutral. I'm only evil when I become Blurn or Burn. When I become Burn.
Darn to burn us.
All right. So you're walking over to the temple, and what is your goal here?
I like to talk to the priest, or the highest level priest, the highest, most powerful priest.
Okay, so this is a smaller temple in the low district. It's not like the grand cathedral in the high district, but there is a local priest there. So you walk up, and there are a couple of acolytes tending to things in the temple, and there is one priest in the back, like not in the main room. But are you gonna just ask around for like, can I see the priest?
Yeah, I will. I'm trying to see if I have knowledge of anything. The answer is no. Yeah, I'll just say, can I see the priest leader?
You have knowledge arcana, it looks like, on your sheet.
Yeah, I thought I had nobility. I guess
You have
not.
history, and you do have nobility. Yeah.
Oh, I took nobility. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are you asking for?
Can I see the priest or head priest?
Says certainly. May I ask what this is in regard to?
Just a patron, and then I'll give him a gold.
Okay. Certainly. And he rushes off to go find the priest. And a few moments later, he comes back with the priest in tow. And he bows and excuses himself. And the priest, he's a very simple priest. He's not bedecked in gold robes or anything like that. You can tell that he's just kind of a simple local priest. And he looks at you and says, "How may I help you, my child?"
Hello, sir. Thank you for having me here today. I need your help.
What can Amade do for you?
It's even what you can do for me. It's a very private matter. But a friend of mine, and he takes him in the corner. A friend of mine was reading something, and I guess it was left by someone that didn't like him, like an ex-girlfriend or something. And the sepia snake sigil came out and bit him. And I need your help getting rid of that, please.
He has no idea what a sepia snake sigil is.
Oh, fucking guy.
He says, "A what?
These fucking dice.
A what bit him? In a book? A snake? Like, was a snake in the book?"
Yeah, maybe someone else here knows.
He looks around and he shakes his head. He's like, I don't know. I've never heard of anything like that. I'm not sure. And as you look around, all you see are like young acolytes. Like he's the only guy there.
He says, "Do you have like a brother in another place that can help me?"
Yeah. And he says, "Oh, are you looking for another priest?"
That's the word. Yeah.
he nods and he says, "Well, I've never heard of such things, but there's brother blah 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 over there," and he directs you like to the north side of the old Low District, and but the Grand Cathedral is probably more likely to have people that would know things about that.
I'm assuming that's in the High District.
That is in the High District.
I'm good, but thank you for your time. And he gives him 2 gold, and may our confidence and discussion here remain between us and Iomade. And he stares at him real good.
Are you trying to intimidate him?
No. He just stares at him like.
Okay. Again, he looks confused, but he nods and says, Certainly. I hope your friend is okay.
Oh, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Snake bites are very serious.
Yeah. Yeah. And he scurries off.
All right. So now what's your plan?
I'm going to the other church.
The other
church too.
other Low District church?
Yeah. Don't send me to the High District. I swear to God, I'll just quit. I'll just run away.
We'll see what happens.
Has it been midnight again yet? Can
No,
Bob try
this is all during the day. This is like morning and early afternoon.
Fucking Christ. Can Bob just black out and pretend it's midnight?
You want to drink some shots and get to midnight?
Yeah.
Well, Dern, you find another church, and it's basically the same level of church as that. You can tell it's a very small church. It is only likely to have 1 or 2 priests inside of it. But this time the church is the priest is actually tending to things. He's actually like preparing for mass in an hour or so. So you walk in, and what do you do?
He says, "Oh, hi, hey, sir. How are you?"
Wonderful, and yourself?
Good. Just living my best halfling life. Listen, I have a problem.
Oh?
And he takes him over, and he says, "Yeah, a friend of mine. He was reading a book left by some girl that was his ex-girlfriend, and a snake bit him. Coming out of the book. It's called Sepia Snake Sigil. Is that something you can fix?"
9. Let's see what that does for him.
Come on, man.
It's gonna be a fucking no, I guarantee it.
Read your books, man. Read your books.
If I was gonna learn how to read before this problem gets fixed.
Yeah. No, he does not know either. Yeah, so he says, a sepia snake sigil. He says, I know about sigils and runes, but I've never heard of that.
Here's a mechanics question. So even if he tries, is it as bad now, or is it better than +5? Like, how does this work?
Presumably, he has a higher caster level than 5. That's still a very powerful priest. So it really depends on what he is. You don't really know what level he is looking at him. But without, like, the gimmick is knowing it makes it easier to do. So if he knows what the spell is, it's a lower DC. So
Wait. Dern knows the name of the spell now.
I actually don't think he does. He's been saying it, but
the-
I'm pretty
the
sure he
other
never
guy
made a check to know.
The other guy said it.
What guy?
The
guy up in
scroll
the scroll
dealer.
Oh, then yeah, that's true. There you go.
Fine.
Yeah.
If
Perception.
this whole thing gets fucked up, we can wait until midnight again.
Yeah. Should we just wait till midnight anyway? No. Let's rush this. Let's rush this and cut corners. So he says, hey, okay, well, you sound like you know better than most people. Would you mind helping me and coming to my where my friend is right now and trying to fix him? It will make it really worth the church's while. And he pulls out like 20 gold.
That might not even be enough. So let me see. Spellcasting. So normal price for spellcasting is the caster level times the spell level times 10 gold pieces. So normally to get a priest to cast a 3rd level spell, you'd need at least that's 150 gold.
If you just get the priest out here, we can kill him if he tries to.
Yeah. So he looks at you and what are you looking for? Are you looking for some sort of exorcism, or I don't understand. Is he poisoned?
Oh no! Dispel magic, I think, is the right one.
Oh, is this a curse or what is it?
I don't know. Look at it. Just come with me. It's like the snake thing.
Well, he says
I
I
guess-
have mass in under an hour. I have things to do.
He says that it's just down the street. We'll give you 300 gold.
He says, oh, such a donation to the church, and he looks around. He says. He gestures to his acolytes and gives them orders to prepare for the mass. He says, I'll be right back.
I have a high respect for the Church of Vioma, and he just mumbles it.
He looks at you for a moment, but doesn't think much of what you just mumbled. And he nods to the others, and he puts on his outside vestments, and he begins to leave with you.
God damn it.
I'm going to run ahead first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you are, bud.
As we get there, I'm going to run ahead. I'm going to say, Bob, stay hidden.
Bob's going to a different building. Bob's going to hide in a building. I'm not even going to try to be stealthy. I'm just going somewhere to drink.
Hello.
You're just going to go drink.
Yeah.
So the priest thinks this is very strange, that like you were basically walking with him to wherever you're going, and then you run ahead into the building, and then Bob walks out. And you're not being stealthy, you're basically just walking out to drink.
No, I'm saying, well, how far ahead was he? I'm saying, like, I'm not going to try to hide behind, like,
Yeah, certainly.
Like, I'm in a different building. I'm not rolling a fucking stealth check every time this guy says a word.
Well, yeah, but I mean, so again, when did you run away from this guy? You were walking with him, and then you ran away. Were you, like, 10 feet from the building? 100 feet from the building? Or how far?
Probably like 100 feet.
Yeah, so you're leaving the building, Bob, while the priest is in front of the building.
Yeah, it's going to be reasonable. Anyway, as the priest looks strange
Bob
at
has
the
a
building, I'll
cloak
just
on
say,
anyway. It's fine.
You're putting your cloak up? You got your big brown cloak over your giant bull
Yes.
armor?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll say there's a lot of weirdos in this place.
Yeah, I see. So, Bob, make a stealth check or a disguise check, your choice.
Fuck yeah, bud.
That's pretty good, bro. That's pretty good.
Go Bob.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, so you walk out, and he doesn't notice you, and you get to a tavern where you can go drink.
I put some
Get
points in
yourself
stealth.
some chotch.
You
You put points into stealth as an anti-paladin? Go you.
Yeah.
You rolled an 18, though, to be fair.
I've been very bad at it lately.
That's fine.
Alright, so yeah, so you get out, and Dern gets in. And you get to your room, and there's a paralyzed Nero there, and the priest seems very concerned. He's like, oh, and you say a snake bit him?
Yeah, he was reading this book, and I guess it's like a sigil, and the sigil jumped off the page and bit him in the head.
And Nero's still holding the page right now, so the priest kind of like shields his eyes away, puts his hand over the page, and he points, this one? This is the page that did it?
Yeah, but don't read it. It's like nonsense.
They already sent the book away.
Did they
Nothing.
take the notes
No.
too? They took everything? Okay.
I mean, if it stuck in his hand, we wouldn't have taken that, though, right?
I mean, like, probably could have ripped it out or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay, yeah. We sent all the paperwork away, as
Yeah.
much as we
Okay,
were allowed to.
fair enough. Yeah, so the priest looks him over and says, oh dear. And you believe this is some sort of magic?
Definitely.
Yeah, he's like encased in amber. He's like glowing a light.
He's just like, come on, man.
He's like, all right. He's like, I will try.
Please.
And yeah, so he basically he begins praying. He takes out his holy symbol of Iomedae. He's got a nice gold one. And he blesses himself, and he begins like saying a soft prayer to the inheritor. And he takes both of his hands and he puts it on Nero's shoulders, and he tries to do a dispel magic. No.
This game is bullshit. This game is bullshit.
He puts his hands on the shoulder, he just claps him, and you see him like try to shake Nero as if like I'm going to shake you out of it, and Nero is locked in place.
Oh my god.
And he looks back at you and says, "Are you sure this is magic?"
He says, yeah.
Oh, no.
And
Did I say I'd give him 300 gold if he was successful, or just 300 gold period?
You didn't really specify. But that's
Alright,
not like usually you would pay him for trying, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ruffle feathers. I'll give him 300 gold.
This is my fucking gold.
That's why I'm spending it.
You're not even in the room anymore, Bob.
I'm
You're
just throwing it around.
Michael is angry, not. Bob will be angry later. Don't worry.
Okay. I'll just say, yeah, thank you for your time. Just keep this between us. Thank you.
He's like, you don't want me to ask any of the brothers at the other church, or like certainly someone can help this poor man is frozen.
Yeah. Do you think they are discreet or that kind of thing?
He looks at you curiously. Why would you need to be discreet? Certainly you want your friend fixed from this devil magic.
Yeah. You're right. Okay. Yeah. I'll come see you after service, and I'll let you know. But maybe we'll use your friend in the other place.
He nods. He says, I'll send word. I'll figure this out. He says he apologizes profusely.
He just says, "Okay, wait. Just let me figure this out,
Gonna die
and then
in a minute.
I'll go. I'll come back to you. I'll get back to you."
He nods and says, "After service. I'll be free after service. Just come by the temple anytime you wish."
Okay. No.
He goes to
Hurry him out. I'll run to Bob now, or I'll walk to Bob, and I'll say, Bob, that also didn't work, but I have another plan.
We're running out of money here, Chad.
He says, I don't know, man. Listen.
We could probably pickpocket Nero. He can't stop us.
That's true. He probably has so much gold on him too. Okay, here's my other plan. We send for the priest in the high district, but we put a bag over Nero's head, and that way they don't know it's him. I think I killed Jeff there.
Okay. I mean, whatever.
Do you think it'll work?
What kind of bag are you thinking here? He's pretty small. No, wait, no, Nero's not small.
Nero's a normal human.
Yeah, okay. I always confuse Nero and Iwan's height because their tokens are similar in my brain.
Okay.
Even though they're not.
They're not really, but okay.
Don't you have like a bag, like a sack?
It's full of shit.
You can find a sack if you're looking for like a burlap sack.
Yeah.
They exist in the world.
I'll buy a
Fine,
burlap
yeah.
sack.
Bob's going to grab a potato sack, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay.
And
And Dern is fucked. Then Dern goes to the church.
You're going to the little church that you met the guy at?
Or no, hold on. Before I leave, Bob, do you want to try this again tomorrow?
yeah,
Try your
I do.
thing tonight?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And Dern will say, "Let me try the scrolls one more time, and then we'll hope for the best."
Just restart the tool and get better dice.
Yeah.
All right, so, wait, you said you're going to try more scrolls, or you're going to wait till midnight?
No, I'm gonna run back to the scroll shop and buy 2 more.
Okay.
And
All
I
right.
think that's probably the last of my money, to be honest.
So go ahead and make a stealth check on your way over.
Why does
There
he
it is.
why does
There
he
it is.
be so stealthy?
Well, it's just basically he's trying to keep a low profile. He's trying not to get noticed. And he doesn't need to be stealthy. He gets a big bonus. No one's really looking for him, but it's just because you are walking to like an expensive place and buying expensive things, and people could notice you and more.
As a little shithead halfling, right?
Yeah, right. Again, you do have a giant like anime sword on your back, so I mean, that's a little intimidating.
Oh, I forgot about that campaign poster.
All right, yeah. So you get there. No one accosts you on the way, and you walk back in. It's only been a couple hours now, so it's like late afternoon. And you walk back into the scroll shop, and the same man is there, the guy that runs the shop. And he says, "Back again? Are you here for the teleport scroll?"
Hey now, no. We're gonna try more dispel magic,
More,
but hang on to that teleport scroll because I might need it.
more. Is it? And he looks at you again, like curiously. What do you mean? Did it not work?
No.
Do you ask him if he also? This is now me saying. Also, ask him if he fucking knows someone who is not an idiot that can use it.
Yeah, I mean, I would have asked him that. Did I not ask him that last time?
You did not ask him that last time.
You asked
Okay.
you asked the
The innkeeper.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll say, hey, by the way, before I buy this, do you know anyone who's really good at dispel magic?
And he gives you the same answer that the other person gave you and says, all the priests of Iomedae in town?
God damn it.
What are you looking to have done?
Anyone else, though, other than those guys?
And he looks at you very obviously sizing you up again. And he says, that depends. Like, how much are you willing to pay?
750. If you were
Like-
looking to buy 2 scrolls, 750 is the answer.
Yeah. He says, like, I mean, in and around what I'm going to pay now. Maybe a little more.
And he shakes his head and says, "No, not really. There's minor clerics in town that could help with that, but I'm not sure that they would do it for that."
So what's like the most expensive version of this thing?
You're asking me, Joe, or you're asking the guy that?
The guy. I'm going to say, who does it the best? Let's say I wanted that one.
He says, "Well, you didn't hear it from me, but there's still powerful Diabloists in town.
Okay.
They purchase scrolls all the time, and they could certainly, work a dispel magic."
Okay. And where are those guys?
He says, "Oh, I don't know. I don't deal with them directly. Sometimes they come to my shop and buy things, but I don't, I don't know where they hide directly. But many of them are tieflings."
He says, I bet he knows. And he points at the halfling.
Like puts up his hands and shakes his head and says, "No, I work for Master. I get the scrolls."
Where do these tieflings live?
He says, "You won't find them in the High District. Not many of them, anyway. They're all in the Low District."
Okay. Thanks. I'll be back, I guess. Maybe.
Will you be buying a scroll?
He says, sure, I'll buy one.
Okay. Minus 375 for a scroll.
Just fucking throws it at Nero on its way.
Alright. I'm gonna go into the bathroom real quick because I've been drinking too much.
I will probably do the same.
Oh my god.
This is not working, bud.
I don't know what to do, bro.
These dice are not our friends today.
No. Except for stealth checks. I can do those.
Even I rolled a great stealth check. Anyway.
I don't know what's happening. I think that's it. I think we're all dead.
I still think we are going to end up robbing Nero while he's frozen to save Nero.
You're doing fine. I mean, it's just you're rolling shit.
Dude,
So, like-
I was so fucking... I really thought I was going to get you when I used that hero point. And then we were going to go on our merry way, and then you were going to go save Iwin, and we were going to
Stop doing what
stop
I'm
the
doing.
yard.
I've been listening, and I've stopped doing what I'm doing 5 or 6 times because I'm like, oh, this is going to work this time.
It's never going to work.
No.
We're terrible. We're terrible. The dice are terrible.
Just not rolling well. It happens, dude.
Yeah, God. I need better dice.
Do we even know what?
Joe, you're muted.
Sorry.
Am I still?
No, that was
No,
me.
guys, go.
Oh. Do we even know what we're what we need to roll?
You do not know what that is, no.
Right. So
Is
We don't
it,
even
is
know
it
if
feasible to is it more feasible than a space elevator?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely feasible. Like, especially with the hero point you burned, like you just rolled a 4 or whatever it was. Like, it's just
There's
that's
a
the way
3.
of the world.
Yeah.
Or whatever you rolled. And then Dern rolled a 1 on one of his rolls. So I mean, it's possible. It's just
This game is terrible.
sorry, apologies.
I don't know. It's easy to say from my point of view because it's not happening to me, but it's been extremely entertaining. Like normally our group just rolls monster stuff and just rolls over everything. This has been absolutely fucking hilarious to watch.
Yeah, it's fun to be Dern in this.
All right.
I wouldn't want to be in this. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
So Dern, it's late afternoon, and you're heading back from the Sphinx's Quell. You're heading back to the inn, and you hear a voice in your head, Dern.
Oh God, I hope it's Moloch.
Okay.
I have it written down. What it is.
They will betray you.
Submit to Moloch.
It is the voice of Naz Theratrix. He says, "New job for you. Need a bloodhound. No killing. Yet. Meet at the statue of the Queen at Parley Circle at sunset."
That's today?
Presumably.
Oh my god. Ascending, right? Can I send back a message?
Yes, you have 25 words in response. You are used to this level of messaging.
Sends back a message. In a pickle, in Sonara, let me write this out. In a pickle, in Sonara, can you send help or a teleport? I think that's it. That's all I need to say.
Should have said and to teleport, you fuck. Send wizards.
Send legions.
Alright, while you're figuring that out, I'm gonna be right back.
Everyone's dead, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste all the 25 words because I can't fill it out. But he responds with, "Not how this works. I call, you come. The fuck you doing in Sonara?"
I can keep sending back messages, right?
You have 25 more words, yes.
Was just helping out some agents of the Queen. I can't get back without teleport.
And there's no further response.
Oh, fuck, man. I think I still have money left.
I think you do too. He gave you at least $2,000, and you've spent 750, 1,000, 10, 2,000, 1,125 on scrolls. If I'm doing math right, I might not be. And whatever I told you that guy
750.
would cost 300 gold.
300 gold, yeah, you're right.
On priest.
Yeah.
So you still have money.
So, okay, I'll go back as I hit me down the street, I'll go back up the street, and I'll ask for a scroll of teleport.
And he looks delighted, like, "Ooh, oh, yes, of course." And you've already
cut me a
handed him
deal?
over 1,000 gold, so he knows you've got money. But he has to see it this time before he goes back and gets it, before he sends his servant back.
He says, "Can you cut me a deal? I've spent like a diploma's worth of gold here."
He shakes his head and says, "No, I like you, but not that much." You intrigue me.
Okay. Okay. And he shows him the gold.
It's 1,125 gold.
Yeah, and you
It's
can
basically
see
what you
during
already spent on
getting
scrolls, yeah.
visibly irritated, and like when he's speaking, sometimes his voice changes to the void voice,
Open the
just for
void.
like a word or two.
What do you say? Like, what goes on? Like, what? Give me the void voice.
He's like, "Well, I don't know what to say about that, and I will kill you." And mumbles.
You say you'll kill him?
He mumbles it. In his tiny halfling voice.
Let's see. Yeah, so he does catch it. He catches the mumble. He looks at you curiously. He says, "Is something wrong?"
Oh no, just a script I'm working on.
A script.
Ah, yeah. They put me in shows once in a while. You know, the Queen, or not the Queen, sorry. You know the the people that hire you. Those things.
Make a bluff check, because you're lying. You're definitely lying at this point.
Fuck.
What is my bluff? All right, not bad.
It's a charisma check.
We're gonna roll 1, and here we go.
There we go. Yeah, that's
Nice.
believable. Yeah, so he looks at you. Oh, interesting. Anything I would have seen? Have you performed in Sonara?
No.
Oh no. Sorry, I gotta go though. Really good to see you.
He says, "Pleasure doing business with you." And again, he taps his coin purse because you've given him like over 2,000 gold.
I hate this fucking guy.
I guess it's a lot of money.
It is.
Yeah, so I'll run home.
Okay, so you run home, and you get back. During his, Bob is drinking. You've been drinking all afternoon, Bob. How are you gonna? Are you tired?
No, I have not been drinking all afternoon.
You said you were going somewhere to get drunk until midnight.
Yeah. Fine, yes, but then didn't Bob get called back already after that? He said he ran to Bob after Bob went drinking.
I suppose that's true. Okay, fine. So what would Bob be doing while he went out again to spend your money?
Poking Nero with a stick? I don't fucking
You're poking
know.
Nero with a stick. Okay, and Nero is
Praying.
surprised.
No. But Bob spent the whole time praying.
Oh, that's nice. What did you pray for?
A servant of Moloch that can help us because I am not able.
Can Bob cast Summon Monster? I assume that's a Nancy Paladin spell.
Bob can cast Summon
Is it?
Monster.
It is. You can cast. You have 3rd level spells.
Yes,
So you can
Bob
cast up to
has
3rd
that.
level summoning. And the real question is, does anything on that list have Dispel Magic? Nothing's jumping out at me, but I'll take a look at that. So you're praying and you're asking me if anything on there could help you do that. Nope. Nope.
Terrible.
Nope. Nothing that I see on there. You can check, or you can have Nas check. I don't think anything on the Summon Monster 3 and below list can dispel magic.
Now snare tricks.
Yeah, so you pray to Moloch, and you don't have any answer. There's no literal voice in their head, and there has not been since you did what you did at the Inferno Gate. But also, you feel nothing. You feel as if nothing is helpful. And Jordan comes
So
back home.
I get back and I say, Bob, I have some good news and bad news.
No.
Which one do you want first?
The bad news.
Okay, so the good news is I got another scroll.
Bob grabs his hammer.
He says, whoa. The good news is I got another scroll. And he hands it to Bob.
How much money have you fucking spent today, champ?
And Joe, for records purposes, I would have asked for the cleric, or the cleric version
Fair enough.
instead of the arcane version. And he says, I don't know, man, like $2,000 or something. Is that a lot of money? So the bad news, Bob, is I gotta go. And he pulls out the other scroll. And he says, I'm being called back by my master, and I've tried it once before where I don't come back. And it's very, very bad. I'll be dead. So I'll go back, I'll send for help, and I'll come back. I'll come back.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And he's like, listen, like, I enjoyed my time with you guys, and I will come back because you guys are, like, I think we've gotten close in the last 36 hours.
How much does it cost? Can I buy this guy?
Dern?
Dern?
You
Yeah.
can't buy.
No,
you
they're
can't
not
buy
selling
Dern.
Dern.
I don't care. No, everybody's got a price.
The Queen owns Dern. Dern would buy Dern if Dern could buy Dern.
That's also true. Dern would buy Dern.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever. Go on, little man. If you don't give me the rest of the fucking money.
Okay, I give him.
There's surprisingly
Uh,
little left. He spent 2,500 gold, and you probably had maybe like we'll call it like 3.5. So it gives you 1,000 gold back out of your 3,500 gold.
Good luck. Honestly, I don't mean to do this, but I have to. It would be bad. if I
How
didn't
long
go
will
back.
you be gone?
It sounds like the mission is just to seek and scout. So I don't know, maybe a couple hours.
Okay.
I'll send for help.
You're gonna send for help.
And he waves a scroll around, opens it, and goes back.
Well, this is going to actually require you to make a check because it's higher level than you can cast normally. Right? What level spells can Dern cast?
No. He got the cleric ones for me.
No, he got the teleport scroll. He's trying to teleport.
Teleport for
Oh,
me.
you
Teleport for me.
Fuck.
He could fail and be stuck here.
Oh my god. What do I roll?
Let me confirm what you roll there.
Oh, come on, Joe.
Okay, let's see. You make a caster level check, so it's 1d20 plus your caster level. And I think Blood Ragers don't have a full caster level, right? Because they don't get spells until like 3rd level or something.
That's right. I don't know the level.
I'll look it up. But go ahead and roll d20, and I'll look up the number that you have plus to it.
A 4.
So you got a 4.
They get a full caster level, I think. I just think they don't get many spells.
Is that true? Okay, fair enough.
That's what I knew
Fair
off
enough.
front.
Let me see.
I just keep rolling 4s. This is rigged. You rigged this client.
Yeah,
You gave me my
seems like a
icons
thing
back,
that
but
you
rigged the
could do.
client.
Yeah, I rigged it. I changed
You-
it. I changed
You
everything.
could if you just did server-side rolls.
It's true. Blood Rage. I can't dodge. Blood casting. At 4th level, the Blood Rage begins to cast spells. While Blood Raging, casting concentrate. It doesn't say anything about negative your caster level, so I'm pretty sure. Let me just make sure it's just for caster level. Using his blood level, yeah. So you get full caster level. So you get a 14. All right. What
Hooray.
is the DC of the scroll? It is DC equals scroll's caster level plus 1. So I'm pretty sure that's very much yes. This caster level, it's not even 10 plus. So yes, you made it.
Hooray.
So where you wish to teleport? Describe your destination to me.
I would teleport to the inn, the place that I spent time at.
You're going to teleport to the, yes.
Yeah.
Lawgiver's Rest is the name of it.
That's where he wants to meet me, right? Is the statue like
A statue
in that
south
town?
of there, yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
So-
okay, yeah.
So Dern disappears. I'm actually gonna copy you so I don't lose you, but boom,
We are Dern.
you are Dern.
We are Legion.
So Dern leaves. What do you do, Mr. Bob?
Cast the goddamn scroll.
All right, you're gonna roll your 1d20.
I am gonna roll a 1d20. Do I got a plus anything?
You get a +7, right? That's what we talked about.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Ready? Here we go,
Come on.
boys. You ready?
Yeah.
Boys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
No.
No.
So you take the scroll, you read it, and it's it's magical writing, it's holy writing, and you read it and you pray to Moloch and you feel the surge of energy within you, and you put your hand on Nero and he is still encased in amber.
Bob punches Nero in the
It's
chest.
a targeted dispel, so it's greater than a 17 you need. Okay.
No, that's then we did this 4 fucking times already.
No, you did not know it was.
And
this.
we know the spell.
Yeah. Let me confirm that.
Let him free.
Right. Yes, it's. I'm pretty sure it still is. Let me see. No, that's good enough. If you can name the spell, it's only a 17. It's exactly a 17 if you can name the spell.
Moloch.
It's not fun.
So you clap him on the shoulder, and it takes a second, and you're dejected for a second, and you raise your fist as if to punch Nero, and all of a sudden the amber fades, and it's not even like he takes a deep breath or anything. It's just like he just is acting as if he was like stopped in time for all that time. And you've taken the paper out of his hand, and he's reading the paper. And how do you react, Naz? Like, you just snap into existence with the paper gone from
Fucking
you.
snake sigil. How long have I been out?
It's been a day and a half about, right?
It has not been a full day, I don't think.
Does anyone know we're here?
No, it's definitely been a full day because we said it was nighttime. It was too late to go buy a scroll. Then
Right.
midnight
And then
happened.
So yeah, the sun
midday.
has rose, but it has not been 24 hours.
But you said that the sun was going down again when Dern gets summoned.
Correct.
No,
He's
it's
supposed to
gonna be
meet him
going
at
on, yeah.
sunset, so he left just before sunset.
Okay, fine.
So
So
like,
almost a
sunset
day
is
then.
happening. Like you're close to 24 hours, but it has not been a full day.
Got it. It's almost been a day, bud. I'm an idiot.
So, does anyone know we're here?
Well, so Dern fucked up, and he told the church that we're here.
Darn didn't fuck up.
Have you been wandering around like that? Have you been at least covering up?
I'm still wearing a cloak over all my shit here.
Okay. Let's pack up and leave
Yep.
and get to someplace else.
Okay. Yeah, no, I figure you know where to go next. I don't.
Where's Iwan?
I wouldn't abandon the party as far as I know.
No, that's not right.
We were
Wow,
fighting.
why would she do that? It makes no sense.
You were still awake when this happened.
It's been half of a day. I thought maybe she said something. If she was leaving us, she would have told us. There's no reason she.
Iwan ported out of that fight that we were having.
Right. Let's have this discussion at the next place we go to. Let's get out of here now.
Absolutely.
All right, so you're just
Don't you
waiting for
care where Dern is?
another similar inn, basically.
Yeah. Nero basically covers up. Thanks them for their hospitality. Thanks them for everything.
Bob gives the innkeeper 50 gold and says, when the little man comes back, tell him wherever we're about to go, Naz.
I'm not telling them where we're going because when the church comes here, I don't want them to know.
Bob doesn't give anybody any money. Fuck everyone.
50 gold would be a lot of money to give an innkeeper, yeah. Okay, so you're not giving anybody anything. Naz is thanking them profusely, and you're heading out just to find another one?
Mm-hmm. I think that the black market, the place where we ran into the person who trades in rare meat?
Yeah. The witch, Minerva.
Yeah. Do I think I would be able to find where they were, right?
Yeah.
So Nero gets set up at that inn, and then we'll go out to look for Minerva. Does that seem good to you, Bob?
That sounds perfect. I'm happy you're alive.
I'm happy I'm alive too.
We were about to have to start robbing you to pay for saving you.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded if you started robbing me. Let's head and see if we can find Minerva. See what we can find out.
Okay. So the sun is setting, but you are going to find Minerva. And I'm pretty sure you don't even make a check for that. She's around. She's kind of in the same spot. I don't have that map set up anymore. I don't have her token. But yeah, so basically you find somewhere near the water. I think it's somewhere over here. You find Minerva. And what are you looking for? What are you trying to do here?
Nero basically bows pretty deeply, asks her how she liked the last bit of meat we sent her way.
She says, fantastic. Sold it real quick, yes.
Excellent.
And how did the heart work for you?
Well, it hasn't worked yet, but it's in storage. We haven't had the opportunity to use it yet. Turns out things didn't go as planned. Never do.
And she looks around and just sees... Did Bob go with you, presumably?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks around and she doesn't see Vors, and Vors is the one that kind of blabbed a little bit about all the plans. He says, the blonde one said a portal to hell? You did not open it?
The idea was something along the lines of closing it or manipulating it somehow, but it didn't work out that way. So we ended up just clearing out the resistance there.
And she asked, would you sell meat?
If I get some meat, I'll sell some meat.
You still have meat? She raises her hand.
Not right now, but I possibly will. My baby is crying. Sorry, guys. I gotta grab her. Basically, he's gonna run down to Generva about like what happened to Iwin. About like there's something that shunted my friend the caster when she was teleporting, and we haven't been able to contact her since. I wonder if you know anything about anything like that in the city. Hang on, I gotta go to the baby before she wakes up my wife. Ugh.
Okay. I guess since Naz is going, I will also go. Be right back. Bio break if you want.
Nas is alive. That's good for you, Jeff.
Hey, yeah, that's
Yeah.
one step closer.
Yeah, definitely.
Nobody cared where
It's-
Dern was. They're just like, oh, he left.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hey, I tried to pay someone 50 gold to tell you where we went when you ported
Yeah.
back.
I've kind of wanted to let
What's
this play out, but I am going to ask Joe, like, it's now been a day, and I guess he probably hasn't been thinking about this, but, like, nobody's come back to the pit.
Yeah, right? Or like maybe you discovered something, being in the pit for a day.
Well, I only have one trick left, and it's not going to... Whatever I discover isn't going to help me in the near term. Eventually, like, at least I don't think, until somebody comes back, pretty much got nothing.
Yeah.
So, hey, Joe.
Yeah.
I haven't wanted to, like, disturb any of what's been going on, but
Yes.
one lingering question I've had is, it's been a day,
Yes.
and nobody's come to the pit, I'm assuming.
That is correct, yes.
Okay.
Also, why don't you make a survival check on Iwin?
I don't know that I can click. Am I somewhere?
You're on the Sonara map.
Oh, damn it! I forgot to say the joke.
You had a joke.
I had a joke lined up that I forgot.
Oh, what was it?
When we left, I was gonna say Sonara suckers.
Yeah. Survival's like the
Yeah.
soundtrack.
I just have done it so little that I don't even... There we go.
Yeah, so you rapidly begin to lose track of time. So it's pitch black, and there's not even like monotonous sounds, like there's not like water dripping at a regular interval, and you very quickly begin to lose track of time, and you have no idea how many hours or even days have begun to pass. But you do get tired enough to like that sleep begins to want to set in. So are you resisting sleeping?
No, in fact, I was going to suggest two things that Iwin starts to do. One, and I will fully admit that Nas helped me remember that I had this.
Okay.
He reminded me that when he summoned the Lantern Archons, when we were like in darkness before, they ended up giving us, like, they blessed these tokens with continual light, which we all have.
Okay. I don't recall
We
this.
can, we can confirm this with him when he comes back. But basically, at some point, Iwin's going to toss that thing as high as she can and see if it ever turns on. That's not going to really change what happens next, which is basically that she's going to decide that she needs to just like get as much strength as she can and have as many of her spells as she can.
Mhm.
So she'll just sleep for as long as her body lets her.
Okay. She's hibernating. Nova's hibernating.
Yeah. She's planted her note. She'll either know if and where this thing ends or not, and
That's
that's
true.
as good as she can do.
And so you throw your rock up, and I guess make a ranged attack roll. I don't know if it'd be straight.
Sure.
Just make a ranged one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Touchdown.
This guy, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, so you watch as the rock goes all the way up, and it clears the pit. So you do throw it the full 50 feet, and it never lights up. It comes right back down to you, and never lit up the entire path.
Okay.
Amazing use of an old item.
Well, that's all Nas right there.
This guy over here.
That's hero point worthy, I would say.
So Nas, you're back. How's your baby? back to
She's,
sleep.
As a baby.
she's good, dude. It's just she's been waking up, and her sleep progression has been her waking up in the middle of the night screaming for like 5 minutes. You go in, you comfort her, she goes right back to sleep, but it's like unnerving because you think she's tangled in the bed or something.
Yeah, when they get their leg through the thing sometimes. Some of you send me a picture of that. That's never fun.
Oh my god.
Yeah, babies want to die. They just want to kill
Uh,
them.
Yeah,
She's
right?
fine. Things are fine. She's back out already.
Yeah, today Lorna was changing Nicole into pajamas, and Nicole basically tried to roll off the changing table because that's what babies do. They just
Oh,
want to
yeah.
die.
He does that all the time. Isn't there a video game about that where like you have to stop a baby from dying and the other person's playing the baby trying to die?
I mean, I've heard
Really?
one Catch the Babies. I've heard of that game.
Yeah, the Catch the Babies was developed by two wonderful people.
Yeah, that's a great game. Everybody should Google Catch the Babies. And
It's
find it.
literally ported to everything except PlayStation 4 right now.
Yes.
I've never played that. I gotta play it.
You should
I'll
go
send you the old executables. Don't worry.
Right.
Please.
So Naz, Nero, you were talking to Generva, and you've asked specifically, is there anything like what happened to Iwood in this town? So let me roll a GM secret. 20. And she shakes her head and says, "No, not here." And she looks at you curiously and says, "Explain exactly what happened." You tell
She
Generva.
tried to, and I know this because you're an upstanding woman that I can trust you.
She says, yes, of course.
She tried to teleport. She does this short distance teleportation, and she blinked out and then didn't blank back in.
She looks at you curiously. And you know where she is?
That's the issue, is that she seems to be gone, and she would normally contact or find us, and nothing. She's easy to find, that one. If she's not standing out, she's making a lot of noise. So
She looks at you and says, "Did you see silver?" And she gestures like in a circle.
I don't recall.
Make a perception check now, Nero, to think back into your memory.
Okay. I don't. Yeah. Where's Nero's tag? Ah, there he is. Perception. Phew.
You do not recall seeing silver now.
I mean, I don't recall. Could have been, but I just don't remember.
She says, there is trap, but silver." And she gestures as if like, you put silver around the trap. And she says, like, could be anywhere.
Well, she's somewhere that she's subdued and isn't able to cast, because I know she'd be out in a jiffy.
She shakes her head and says, I not know that, but teleport trap real." She again just gestures in a circle. "If powdered lodestone and silver can make trap," and she gestures as if like a cage, like an animal.
Does Nero know what she's talking about?
Make another knowledge check. Or, I had to make a spellcraft one earlier, but make a knowledge one now.
Sure. I'll take an extra 20 on it just to be
Because you're going to daze out.
days out and figure it out, because I need to know.
So yeah, let's see, a 57 on a knowledge arcana check. That's going to do it. So she mentioned specifically the spell name Teleport Trap. It's an actual spell. So basically, it's a redirect. Like if you teleport within a small area, and it's like a 40-foot plus 10 feet per level area. So it's not a very large area. But basically, you ward a small area, and when you teleport in it or to it or anything like that, if you do any sort of dimensional shifting around it, they basically redirect your teleport somewhere else. Presumably to a pit where there's no magic.
Do I think that I'd be able to figure out where it goes?
You do not think that you would be able to figure out. Like, there's nothing in the auras or anything like that that would indicate where it's going.
Okay. Okay. Well, I am sort of at a loss.
What's been going on in town? I've seen the graffiti. And there seems to be no guards in the Low District. What's going on?
She says, Army left. 2 days ago, 3 days ago, left.
So now what? Now the city's just havoc?
And she shakes her head and says, no, Glorious Reclamation's still here, just big army. And she gestures as if like thousands of troops that you saw before left. Some here. And she says, mostly High District.
Okay.
And she says, Tieflings here, angry.
Why are they angry?
And she shrugs, says, I not know, something, they angry. Angry at Glorious Reclamation, angry at human, everybody.
Angry at humans. And the Diabolists, the Asmodeans are all driven out or underground?
As far as I know, yes. And she shakes her head like, Iomedeans purge or kick.
Did anyone stay?
Just not that I know. No.
I'm looking for some friends or some support. I'm a little low on both.
What do you need?
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how to remedy this. It's a rare thing for me to not know something that would work.
And again, she's got several halflings around her that just look like serious thug halflings. And they're just constantly sizing you up, but they say nothing. They're like absolutely quiet as Jimmerla talks to you.
And what's going on with the halfling slaves that have been freed? I've heard something about halfway houses.
She nods and says, "There are many," and she gestures around, like just kind of broadly, like yes. They free. They go to halfway houses. Some leave city. And she shrugs, like I not care.
Is there any way to find a particular halfling in a particular place?
And she shakes her head and says, I not know. I not care. You care, halfling?
Some of my former master's halflings are here. Yeah, they needed help. Might be useful to me as well. So, I was thinking I might get in contact with them. Huh.
She shrugs and just says, "Look, ask around. Not know."
All right. Well, you didn't see me, and I'll try to scare up more for you.
She nods. Are you giving her any money or just saying?
Just saying that.
Okay.
We brought her an angel carcass before. She's got to be thrilled with us.
It's true. She's very happy with you. Okay. Yeah, so she nods, and she lets you go. Remember, she has like a giant pet spider that's like a transdimensional invisible spider.
Yep. I was trying to think of what the monster she had was. I couldn't remember. I knew there was one.
It was like a phase spider, but like bigger than anything Nero had ever heard of. And when you bargained with her to get the heart, I think it was the Agathian heart, like the spider just appeared out of nowhere with a heart in its like mandibles. Get you a heart. Right. She stores her stuff in like pocket dimensions. It's really cool. You should hang out with Generva some more. Okay, yeah. So you leave, and so now Nero's acutely aware that there's some sort of teleport trap that basically the Iomedeans had put in place in this room around these books, and you don't know where it led.
Fantastic. Bob, ideas?
You're asking Bob for a thought?
Yes.
A smash?
I mean, I suppose we could try to rile up the tieflings. Try to start a riot that would get us some time.
We tried to find the tieflings earlier. We couldn't get information about them.
There's tieflings everywhere. We've seen tieflings on the way here.
Well, you would have been alive a lot sooner if we knew that.
Are you talking about devil worshippers, or are you talking about the tieflings, the half-devils? They're different things.
They were so we were told tieflings originally. Later we were told devil worshippers.
Okay.
maybe let's see if we can't locate Blissey at one of these halfling halfway houses. You think? Joe, I don't know what you have prepared. I'm not really sure how to go about this.
I have nothing prepared for Blissey, but I'll wing it. That's fine. You want to go find Blissey?
Better if he has nothing prepared, you won't die.
Basically,
You don't know that. I can make you die.
Basically, he wants to talk to Blissey and maybe some of Fex's other slaves, and basically that we can get you out of the city. We can get you set up in Agorian or in Cantaria, but I need to find out I need to know what's going on. I need to get an idea of what's going on in the city. I need to know if there's any secure locations where they might take a magic user in the city. Anything you can find out, anything you can do gathering information around the High District.
Okay. Yeah, so again, Blissey, in her last message to you, back in the last sending, when she told you she was in a halfway house to begin with. So first off, the answer is you can probably find her. Make a diplomacy check or a knowledge local check. And you're Nero, so you'll do it. Yeah. So you very quickly, just asking around, you can find the various halfway houses, and after one or two of them, you find Blissey. It's getting late now. It's actually like evening now. But you're able to find Blissey, and she's very happy to see you. She asks you how Master is.
He's fallen on some tough times, but we should be able to take care of all of you from the house if you want to get out of here, if you wanted to head to Cantaria, and we could set you up in the Narcopolis Manor for now.
She asks you if she can get to Longacre, because that's where Master's from, yes? That's where his main residence is. His manor.
Yeah, if we get out of the city, yes. I don't know that they'll just let you out and onto the road, but I need your help. I need some of you and your trusted friends' help.
She goes on for a while, basically saying like Longacre is much closer than Cantaria. I'm not much for maps, but certainly it's easy your journey. But then when you ask for help specifically, she says, "What can we do?" And there are some of the other servants in the house, like they kind of stuck together as a band.
Right. Basically, you remember Iwin.
The gnome, yes.
Something's happened to Iwin. Some sort of trap that the Glorious Reclamation set transferred her, and he's doing this in some sort of like discreet area.
Sure.
Transferred her to some location where she can't escape. She can't contact us. I don't know where she is. I don't know if she's alive. I haven't had a chance to check. But I was hoping I could get, if I come back tomorrow and give you a little bit of coin to get around with, if some of you could go and see what you can hear in the High District, and he'll basically describe the building where they were, the squat building in the High District. And basically I need to know the comings and goings. I need to know if anyone's talking about the halfling. Check the taverns, listen on the street, that sort of thing.
You mean the gnome when you said the halfling? You said
What did I
know
say?
people are talking about the halfling.
Oh yeah, the gnome, excuse me, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so she looks at you and she's a little concerned, like she's not really built for this, but she says we can try, I suppose. Anything specific?
I just figure you and your lot will blend in better in the High District.
And she nods and says we can try. And she says, when will we leave? When will we get to Cantaria or Longacre? When can we leave the city?
I'll arrange something before I leave Sonara, but it might be a few days, a week, something like that. As long as I'm stuck here, we're going to have a problem getting a wagon on the road.
Okay. You can see that she looks dejected and very sad, and she looks up at you with almost tears in her eyes. She says, "There's nothing for us here, Nero. We need to get back to Master."
I'll get you out of here.
She nods and says, "Thank you, Nero. We will try. We'll see what we can hear."
All right. I'll come back here tomorrow in the early morning, and I should have more information on where to look, where to listen.
Okay. So it's now evening, and we'll jump to Dern, I guess. But so now it's late night, or it's sunset in Agorian, but it's late night in Sonara because we're jumping back and forth. So Dern, you're in Agorian. What's up?
Dern, I'm assuming still has some time,
Yeah.
and is going to run to Vors.
Yeah,
And
Vors. By the time you get there, Vors is already back at the inn. He's had his lunch, and he's done a bunch of wheeling and dealing with nobles, which we'll deal with when Chris is back. But yeah, he's back at the Lawgiver's Rest when you get there.
Yeah, so he says, Vors, oh my god, we fucked up. We fucked up bad.
He's like, yeah, I heard from Maggie. What's up?
He's like, Vors, man, I don't know, man. He got trapped in the thing. I brought scrolls. I brought priests in. We were trying to dispel it. It didn't work. Oh my god.
Who got trapped? And he looks around. Where are the others?
So, Iwan teleported and disappeared. Nero, when we hid out after stealing the books, Nero then read a scroll and got bit by a snake.
Got bit by a snake.
Got bit by a snake out of the scroll. Sigil, blah 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 blah, whatever. and then I went to go buy scrolls of dispel magic, and none of them worked. I brought priests in, didn't work. Bought the last one. I don't know what happened. I only have a few minutes because I gotta go. I'm being called. But if you can get to Sonara and help, or send someone, they need to find Iwan. They need help.
He looks like at you like puzzled, and he says, "They're all still there."
They're stuck. They can't find her. The pink one?
Yeah, so Vors seems frustrated with this. I don't want to roleplay Vors too much, but he seems frustrated with the whole situation. And he nods and says, "When will you be back? Where are you going?"
Queen's calling me for some mission. Don't know where I'm going. Don't know when I'll be back. I told Bob a couple hours, but honestly, could be longer.
I was on mute, but I was angrily yelling at you.
Vors says like he'll see what he can do. We're gonna have to do some role playing with Vors next time we play because he's gonna have like a whole day of activity basically. He says he'll see what he can do, and he says, "Come back when you can. Let me know. Let me know what you're doing."
Okay.
And he'll.
Thanks, man.
I'll let him know, and we'll try to figure out if he goes to Sonara.
And I'll give him a high five and run out.
Okay, so you high five him and you run out. So Parlay Circle is down here in this. So you're all the way up here at the L. That's the Lawgiver's Rest. So you basically have to run across town before the sun sets. And go to Parlay Circle. There's a statue of the Queen there.
Yeah, I'll go.
And Parlay Circle is basically a place that historically has been like a place where deals are made and things like that. It's considered a good omen to go there and make an agreement or sign a contract.
And parlay.
Yeah. So you get there, and your rather tall, lanky handler, Nosderatrix, is visible there by the fountain.
Sorry, my baby's up again. I'll be back.
Good luck.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
He nods and he looks at the sun. It's basically it's already begun to set. And he says, "Right on time." He looks at you and says, "Got a job. You ready?"
Yep, always.
He says, "This job might hit close to home. Hope you're okay with stuff like that." And he gestures to you. He gestures like kind of like as if you were short. Gestures.
His eyes turn fully black, and he just stares at him.
And he nods, and he says, "It seems like the black roses of Agorian have sprouted some bellflowers amongst them."
Okay.
He looks at you as if waiting to see if that clicks in your head. Make a knowledge check. Oh, you're not on this map, or where are you?
I don't know where I am.
I'll copy you from Sonara to Agorian real quick. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I want to dump you on the Parlay Circle.
I'm a monster.
You're a giant monster.
Knowledge check.
Yep. All right. Knowledge local, not great. Yeah. So you know very little about it, but so when he says bellflower, that kind of springs into your head that the The group of abolitionists that are basically trying to free halflings and slaves throughout Cheliax are called the Bellflower Network. That's like their code name. So you know
that's
very
cool.
little about them, but when he says that, you get the impression that he's talking about like there are abolitionists in Agorian.
Okay.
So he says, yeah, so bellflowers are springing among the black roses of Agorian. And black roses are kind of like, once the compact with Hell was signed, all of the red roses in Agorian turned black, like magically.
That's cool.
So like it signifies the pact with Hell. Like everywhere you go, all the gardens, they have these black roses like everywhere.
That's cool.
So he says, we're looking to find. We want to learn more about the cell. We don't need you to just kill anybody just yet. We need to know more before we start lopping off heads.
Okay, how long is this going to take?
He shrugs. Says, I don't know. How good a bloodhound are you? How good are you at following trails?
You have people for me to watch specifically?
He nods and he says, "There's somebody. We only have a code name. It's the Barrister. Supposedly, somewhere around Hellhound Hill, there's a tavern called the Clerk's Cloister across the street from a courthouse. Something about lawyers go. I don't know, but supposedly they operate out of there.
You just want information.
It's like, well, I want you to find her. I want you to follow her. I want you to figure out who she's working with."
Okay.
And he says,
Sure.
she's got one hand. He holds up his hand. He says, she's got one hand. She should be easy to find.
Okay. And like money? I need some money. I
What do
ran
you need
out.
money for?
Yeah, I got things I got to take care of after this.
What do you have to take care of? This is your job.
Yeah, and money is something I need. And yeah, some of my friends got jammed up, so I got to go help them.
Remember, yeah.
Friends?
So no, I mean, I'm sorry. Just like pause the story for a minute. Like Dern does not know that Nero is correct again.
That's correct.
Just remember that while you're doing this.
He's been pretty
Yeah,
good
yeah.
so far, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, my friends are jammed up.
He looks at you. Friends? You don't have friends. You're a monster. You're the Queen's monster.
Once in a while, monsters find other monsters, and he throws them and intimidate at him. Maybe this little bastard. Eat that.
Yeah, so you look at him and you can tell that he's definitely like a little bit afraid, but he's putting on the good guys as if like he knows he's in charge here. And he says, these are the same friends that got you into Sonara?
Sure, I
What
guess.
are you doing running off to the Glorious Reclamation?
They're trying to steal some stuff. I don't know.
And you just went with them?
Nothing better to do.
You're here at the behest of the Queen. You're waiting for orders.
Yeah, but the more I go out there, the more I learn for the Queen.
And you can tell that he's not really happy because again, the Glorious Reclamation owns Sonara. You could have run away. Right? You came back, which makes him happy. But like, if you wanted to run away, that would be a great place to go to run away.
Yeah.
So
he says like, listen, I see freed halflings all the time. I know better.
and you're sincere when you say that. You're not lying.
No, I'm not lying.
Oh, then yeah. So he sizes you up for a moment. He looks at you, and he seems content that he believes you. He says, "All right, okay." He says, "What do you need?"
I guess a scroll of dispel magic, a teleport. Teleports one there, one back.
So teleport's a lot. Teleport there and back is like 2,500 gold or whatever it is. He said, your friends are in Sonara. They need to come back.
Yeah.
And you see, he's weighing this now. He's like, that's it's not a lot of gold for like adventurers and stuff like that, but it's a lot of gold for business-minded people. He said, "What are you doing with these teleport scrolls?"
Got to go there. See what's going on. I got to come back.
How many of them are there?
People?
Yeah.
What is it? I win. Nero, Bob. There's gonna be four of us. A couple devils. I don't know. I think they'll figure it out. So yeah, four of us, I guess.
He shakes his head like, that's gonna take more than 2 scrolls.
Okay.
And he's like,
As many as you,
he shakes his head.
As
Says, I
many
don't know
as-
if we got the bankroll for that. What are you getting into? Who are these people? Why do you care?
and he says, okay, listen, just give me like 3 scrolls. We'll figure it out when we're there. He's like the sun is setting. I gotta go scout. It's better at night.
So you're basically asking for an advance of like 4,000 gold.
Yeah, I'm hurrying him along too. I'm like, come on, give me this advance. Like, let's go.
Make a diplomacy check after all that. You scared him, and now make a diplomacy check to...
He's my friend. Friends, look at that.
He's not your friend,
I
he's your handler.
I smashed him with a 19.
Yeah, that's pretty
Okay,
good.
no, but like, wouldn't his master kind of be his friend at this point, though?
No,
It's like Stockholm syndrome. We're like bros.
no. You might be his bro, but he's not your friend.
I think even if I think you'd be buds with your.
No,
With your
no. He's
Depends on who
he's
your
literally
master
a
is.
slave. He is owned.
He's Nostratrix, the most evil of all.
Yeah, now it's
Yes.
a monster. So yeah, so you smooth talk him a little bit.
Theratrix doesn't own the portal, is all I'm saying.
That's true. That's true. So he says, "This is some bullshit." He says, but he looks around. And he says, "Oh, I can do." He's like, "I can do 2. I can do 2 scrolls.
Okay, the 2 and the dispel magic. That's all I need.
Like, this is coming out of your pay. It's coming out of your cut." And
He's like,
you know
he
historically
chuckles.
your cut is like microscopic. Like
Yeah, like
the
he
amount of money
chuckles
they
to
give you is
himself.
just like enough to survive.
He's like, oh, okay, master. Okay.
He's happy with that. So yeah, so he gives you again like a 2.5 grand advance to buy your scrolls. But he wants you somewhere in Hellhound Hill. There is a courthouse and a tavern across the street from it that he wants you to
Yeah.
start spying at.
I will go spine
Okay.
happily for my master.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check and a perception check, and I'll be right back.
I'm also
okay.
going to bio real quick.
I feel like I should drink more water. Okay.
Yo, fucking good session.
Agreed. This has been extremely entertaining.
I feel bad because you're sitting there, dude. I was playing Darkest Dungeon at the beginning.
That's okay. I've been mostly paying attention, but also doing other things. So
Yeah, you can listen. It's like listening to a TV show. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's all good. These it's like cool to watch a handicap party try to make something happen and not, but kind of.
Oh my god, it's been the worst.
I'm
The
glad
fucking
you're
worst.
moderately enjoying yourself at least.
Oh, I'm totally enjoying myself. It's
Oh my god,
really a lot of fun.
dude, Chirag's been off the chain tonight.
Yeah,
It's so
agreed.
What's been off the chain?
Shrug.
Oh yeah.
I got good news and bad news, Bob.
You didn't give me Bob. I would have murdered.
What do you want
I,
first?
I was gonna murder you.
That was really good. That's a classic turn.
What do you want first? The bad news. All right, here's the good news.
good. All right, here's the good news. Yeah. Although I think the moral has got to be, I have a great respect for the priests of.
I think it's gonna be a toss-up between that and like, hey, bud.
Oh man. All right, so are you going inside the clerk's cloister, or are you just kind of looking outside? It's nighttime now.
Yeah, I'll look from outside.
Okay. So again, it's a tavern that's right across the street from a courthouse, and you do see like basically lawyers from the courthouse walk pretty much almost immediately into the like not all of them, but many of them walk immediately from the courthouse into the tavern. And as you're kind of scouting it out, you rolled very well. So you see a bunch of lawyers, clerks of the bureaucracy of Agorian, and also specifically Abadarian clerics and Asmodean clerics come to the tavern throughout the night. And the tavern's actually underneath a government building. So basically, there's a kind of a towering government plaza above it. The courthouse is across the street, but there's also some like bureaucracy building on top of it. And the tavern is kind of stairs going down into the basement of that building. And you didn't go inside, so you just kind of, are you going to scope it out for a couple hours, or what's the plan?
Scope it out for a couple hours, yeah. See if that person kind of pops in around.
Okay, so
Comes out for a smoke or something.
sure. So
I guess they smoke indoors. I don't know.
you could smoke indoors. This is a long time ago. This is the past future. So yeah, no one matching the description of the barrister. So he explained to you that the person's missing a hand. They think it's a woman, but they're not sure, and that's basically all you've got. But no one matching the description. No one visibly missing a hand comes in or out of the building at the nighttime when you're hanging out there. But you see a lot of clerics again, like Abadarian and Asmodean clerics, and a lot of lawyers going in and out of the place. And I think you might have been with Nero earlier when he asked, like, how do you get things done in Agorian? And one of the things he said was buy a lawyer a drink. And this seems like one of the places you would do that.
Okay. I'll go looking as professional as possible.
Straighten your tie.
Straighten my to dust off my blood and stuff. And I'll walk inside. And I'll scope the room for a lawyer who looks like he's kind of down on his lawyery duties.
All right. So you go down the stairs, and the Clerk's Cloister is a dark and unexpectedly quiet tavern. There are a few tables on the common floor, but none are in use. Instead, groups of men and women sit in shadowed booths along the tavern's walls. And although their lips move, no words are audible. So, do I have a map for the Clerk's Cloister? I do. So I'll move you here in a second. Let me know when that loads for you.
Done. These maps are taking longer to load than your usual ones, though.
They're nicer maps.
There we go. This is a nice map.
Yeah. So
It has furniture.
Look at that wood grain. Ugh.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drop you here. And so there's only 2 booths here. Imagine there are more. Like imagine there's like 8 of those throughout the tavern. And you see people sitting in them. Like you see obviously looking lawyers and regular people next to them. And they're talking, but you don't hear anything as you enter the room. Like you see them, and you're pretty sure based on how close you are, you should be able to hear them, but you can't.
Okay. I will. Is there anyone sitting by themselves?
Yeah, there's some people sitting at the bar by themselves. I need to add tokens to this map, but yeah.
Anyone sitting by themselves in a booth?
In a booth, no. Everybody in the booth is talking to somebody else.
Okay, and are there any booths open?
Yeah, there are a couple empty booths.
Okay, I'll go to the bar then and see who's sitting by himself.
Okay. So you go over to the
He
bar.
or she.
So you're looking for
there-
people like at the bar?
Yeah, and is there visibly a woman in the room?
Yes.
That would solve my case right away.
There's a woman in the bar, yes, but not a one-handed woman, if that's your question.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, so I'll go up to a guy at the bar
Okay.
and I'll say, "Hey, man, you want a drink?"
Nods, hell yeah, I want a drink. You buying?
Yeah, man, long day at work. You know how it is. She
Yeah.
pulls.
Yeah, he nods, and he's sitting here at the bar. That's the guy that you happen to bump into.
I will hop up on that little stool,
Sure. So he's
and
like,
I will
You gotta roll like an acrobatics check or a climb check.
flip on that stool. And I'll buy. I'll start off with a regular drink. One beer, please. 2 beers,
Sure.
whatever.
Beer's just a copper. Like again, you're throwing around like gold, like it's nothing. But beer is only a copper. It's
Okay.
100th
I'll
of the
start-
gold.
I'll start out with a nice beer, like a craft beer.
Okay, so a couple of copper.
Yeah,
Crafter, you should talk this guy into some chach.
yeah, right. I might move to Chach. And
so the bartender serves you, and he nods at the guy in the green cloak that's with you as if he's kind of a regular here.
yeah,
And he looks at you and says, "This guy buying?" And the guy nods like enthusiastically as if you're buying. And you get the feeling that this guy drinks a lot.
nice. So I'll say, man, how was work today?
He shrugs, says, "You win some, you lose some. Not a great day today. How about you?"
Yep. You lose a lot, and maybe you win one day.
And again, he looks at you because again, you're a halfling and a gore, and he looks at you and says, "Are you involved in the law?"
Somehow, yeah.
He looks at the sword on your back. He says, "What exactly do you do?"
He says, man, I gotta go, like, cut the trees, and I drink beer after. It's simple for me. And he buys another beer. He chugs that beer and buys another beer for himself and for the other guy.
So this guy is very happy that you're buying him beer, and there's a bartender over here real quick. I just kind of dumped one down. So yeah, this guy's extremely happy that you're buying, and as long as you're buying, he's drinking. So, and there's a couple other people at the bar, and you watch that some people leave the booths and some people enter the booths. But for the most part, it's kind of late at night, so the bar begins getting a little sparse. But yeah, you're talking to this guy, and what do you want to ask him?
So I say, okay, yo, let's go to the booth over there, have a little more private conversation. And so I take him over.
Do you have business?
And then he buys like 4 glasses of scotch or chotch, and he says, yeah, we have business. And he walks with them over there.
Okay, and so yeah, he sees you grabbing the 4 beers, and he claps you on the shoulder, and he says, "I'm
There are
Alfio."
four glasses of chotch, not beer.
Yeah,
Sorry,
they're
Chotch.
chotch.
Apologies. So yeah, so you guys will, I'll move you both over to one of the booths. And yeah, he calls, "I'm
Nice.
Alfio. What business do you have?" And you sit down. And when you enter the room, like, you can still hear each other, but everything outside of the room immediately goes silent. So the tavern
That's
was
so
very,
cool.
very, like, not very loud to begin with. It's not like a raunchy kind of place. But as you enter the booth, everything except for you two is now silenced.
Very nice. So he says, what do you know of the barrister?
He looks at you curiously. The barrister? What do you mean?
Someone known by the name of the barrister around here.
And he looks at you curiously and says, "Many people here are barristers. I'm a barrister. And the definition of barrister is someone able to practice law." So he's curious. He's like, "What do you mean?"
He says, does that make me a barrister too? And he drinks a shot. And he says,
He raises
says,
a glass and also he drinks with you. And he says, do you practice law? I'm still unclear of what you do here."
he says, yeah. Is there a barrister around here that's one-handed? Woman, maybe?
He looks at you and kind of raises an eyebrow and says, a woman practicing law with one hand?" He shakes his head and says, "No, not to my knowledge."
What do you mean? How do you not know this? It must be like a rare thing.
He shakes his head and says, I don't know anybody that matches that description."
Who got any buddies who would?
He looks around and he says, he points at a couple of people, and they might know, but we all practice at the same courthouse. If she was a practicing member of the law, we'd certainly know her.
Maybe
I don't think
she's
there's
a
any lawyers in this courthouse that I wouldn't know.
He says maybe she's a paralegal or a court reporter or something lesser. Like, is there a one-handed person operating in that building? There must be.
See him think for a moment. He's like, I haven't noticed any.
How many women work there?
He shrugs and says, many, several. I don't know. I don't keep track. And, like, Agorian is fairly, even sex-wise. So, like, it's not like women stay home and don't work. Binders full of women. That's correct. Yes, there are binders full of paralegals. Yeah, so he says it's not uncommon for women to practice the law. There's many.
So, okay. Well, how can I go about finding this person?
And he shrugs and says, "I don't even know who this woman is. I don't know what you're... Are you sure she's a barrister, or is she a lawyer?" How do you know her? How do you know she practices law?
I was sent here. Someone told me to come here.
Who told you to come here?
They want to give her a birthday present. It's a surprise.
They want to give her a birthday present. They don't know her name. They just know she has one hand.
Yeah, secret admirers and all, and he drinks the other chotch.
Give me a bluff check as you're doing all this.
He forces him to cheers. Nice, go Dern. Dirty Dern.
Yeah. So also roll a sense motive check.
Oh. Well, he's gonna get hurt if bad things are happening. Which one is it? This one. Oh, you want a private or?
No, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It should be private, but it doesn't matter. You're fine. So yeah, so you roll it, and you can tell that he's kind of souring on you. He's kind of curious. Like your story doesn't seem to be making sense to him. And he looks at you and says, "What exactly do you want? You're just looking for her?"
He says, yeah. Don't worry about it, man. I'll figure this out. Thanks, though. It was good to meet you, Ernio, or whatever.
Alfio. And did you ever tell him your name?
No, he didn't ask. I didn't tell him.
Fair enough.
If he asks, I'll tell him it's Bob.
Yeah, so he raises his last glass of chotch to you, and we'll drink it as you leave. So you step out of the booth, and immediately you can hear like the quiet murmurings of the rest of the bar, and it's very like unnerving to move from the booth out and just have the sound like appear. And presumably it was there all the time, but like these booths are kind of magically protected. You get the opinion that this is a bar designed for lawyers to talk to their clients.
Very nice.
What is the name of the bar?
The Clerk's Cloister.
All right. It's not a fun, punny name.
I didn't name it.
Yeah. Oh man, what's that girl in the pit doing? Is she doing all right? Dern is pondering that. He's like, what's happening in that pit? Oh, he doesn't know about the pit.
You don't know about the pit. You just know I was
That's too
missing.
bad.
For all
Yeah.
you know, she abandoned you on purpose.
And I'm looking for her for no reason.
Yeah, for all you know, she's back at Agori and living it up.
And I'm on this side quest here. Okay. I'm a similar type of person.
You lagged out there for a second.
Yeah, what did you say? I missed most of that.
Sorry, my YouTube switch tracks. Dern will try this one more time with someone else.
Okay, so where are you going? You going to the bar? You going to a table? You going to a booth? What are you looking to do?
I'll try a booth with a bunch of dudes in it. Party dudes though, party lawyers.
Party lawyers? No, so all the booths, they're not full of partiers. So they're mostly just it looks like people talking to clients. It looks like one person's always a lawyer and one person is always like a regular person.
I won't barge in on like that, but if there's like two lawyers talking, I'll barge in on that. Yeah.
Let me see. Sure, we'll say that over here there are two lawyers talking. And I'll get some tokens.
Oh, with Chach as well. Like lots of Chach.
Lots of chotch.
How much
No.
shot? Like a pitcher, a keg? What are you doing here?
Like like a good like tray.
A tray of chotch, all right.
Tray of chotch.
Just so we're clear, one day you're gonna let me open my chotch factory, and I'm going to unleash something on y'all.
Same one. Gonna unleash something, you said?
Yeah.
All right, so you walk into this room, and there are two lawyers, this booth, and there are two lawyers talking. One of them has a book, and he's an old-looking dude, and the other guy's a fairly young lawyer. And you walk in, and they immediately stop talking and look up at you. And the old one says, "I beg your pardon?"
Oh, sorry. I thought you were friends of mine I knew who like to hang out. Sorry, I brought all these Chach. I guess I'll just take it back.
The purple person, the person wearing the purple robe, seems to be totally okay with you doing that. Throw me a diplomacy check to see if you convince the other person.
I may just force myself on them anyway. Hey,
so
better than a 10.
Yeah, so the other person seems like basically like, okay, fine. So, yeah, sorry about the mistake. Like, he kind of gestures as though you should go away.
He says, "Oh, but hang on. Let's just enjoy this for the minute." And he hands them out, and he starts sipping on one.
The guy in the purple kind of just gestures as if he doesn't really want this. This isn't his thing. But the other person, you put a drink in front of him, he's gonna take it. He sips it. He nods as if it's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. And
if he wants better, Josh.
the guy in
He's
purple,
like, yeah, I just.
Good.
Yeah, go ahead.
The guy in purple kind of looks at you like exasperated. Like, what do you want?
He says, a friend of mine has this crush on this girl. Does she work around here? She has like maybe it's a girl. I don't know. She has one hand.
He looks at you and says, "One hand. What do you mean? Like her hand is chopped off?"
Yeah, I don't know. When he saw her, it was from far away. And yeah, he said it was chopped off or something.
And the old man just shakes his head and says, "I don't know. And she's here. Like, what do you mean? Why are you asking us this?"
Yeah, she works here. She works at the courthouse, I think, or hangs out at the cloister, the place we're in.
When you say that she works at the courthouse, he shakes his head and says, "No, certainly not. I don't. That's not possible." And the younger man is just following along and nodding, and he says, I think I've seen someone like that in here. I've seen a girl with one hand."
Oh, really?
And he looks at the old man. He says, I don't think she works at the courthouse, though."
Where's she work?
And he shakes his head like, I'm not sure. I've definitely seen someone like that in here, though. He described blonde, shoulder length hair, one hand.
When she come in? Often?
He says, I've seen her here around lunch or shortly after lunch, I guess. Sometimes when I'm here with clients.
Oh, okay, yeah, awesome. I'll be sure to say hi then. Thanks.
Yeah, he nods. Says she's usually at the bar. I don't know. I don't see her with people. She just goes to the bar.
Okay. Well, awesome, man. I guess I'll see you here tomorrow. I'll be back. And he leaves some chotch and he takes one. Just have
Okay.
fun.
And you can tell this guy is kind of just he sips it kind of slowly and not really super enjoying it. Like Alfio is totally into your chotch. This guy is like, whatever, it's a free drink, I'll drink it, but he's not super into it. And as you leave, you can see that they begin talking again, and the guy in the purple is like looking at him like he's crazy for telling you anything. But like they go back immediately to what they were talking about before you got there.
Okay, that's excellent. Is it close to lunchtime?
No, it is nighttime. It's almost closing time.
It is nighttime. Okay. So I'll just I'll leave, pay my tab, leave,
Okay.
and I'm sorry, what did you say?
You pay off your drinks. It's inconsequential to the amount of money you have now. It's like it's less than a gold. So you pay like a gold.
Okay, and then I guess I'll go back to the inn and come back tomorrow at noon,
Okay.
or in the morning at least.
All right. So you go back to the Lawgiver's Rest. Badu. You're gonna wait the rest of the day. So I don't have any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I don't have any real interesting news for you, but you said you went to sleep. You're resting as much as you can. And you've completely lost track of time with the survival check you rolled earlier. You completely lost track of time. It's pitch black. It's basically silent for the most part. All you hear is your own voice when you were talking earlier. And a bunch of time passes. You have no idea how long. And eventually the golden disc in the sky comes back. And the angel's glow is upon you. And he sticks his head over. And he's eerily silent. And again, the last time he talked to you, it was weird and alien the way he spoke to you. So he's eerily silent, just staring over at you, and his eyes glow even brighter than the halo around him. And he just stares at you. And I guess he's going to look and he's going to find that you wrote him a note, right? You wrote him a note. So he's going to read that first. The note you wrote says... Let's see. My party stopped Visperthul infects at the portal, but the devils still flow in and out freely. We don't want that. Your allies have not deciphered the tomes yet. Nero and I can. We knew they wouldn't accept this and just hand the tomes to us. We had no choice. We sought to avoid conflict. You must know Nero is a good man who holds law and order above all else. Grant us an audience. So he looks over at you for a moment, and then basically there's like a crossbow bolt sticking out of the ceiling, like you shot it into the ceiling, and there's a crossbow bolt with a piece of like parchment wrapped around it. So he notices that, and he goes up and he reads that whole thing to himself. Again, eerily quiet, and he looks back down at you, and he says, "What is your relation to Archbaron Darylus Vex?"
He was a former ally of ours, to be perfectly honest, but we were mistaken for entrusting him as we had before.
Mistaken how?
We thought he was an ally, and it turns out that he was a traitor to us all along. He only sought to increase his own power.
And you stopped him?
We did.
You stopped him how?
Well, we met him at the gate that I mentioned, you know, the ones that the tomes are about. And it was clear to us that he was trying to take control of them himself. So we did what we had to do, and we engaged in combat with him, and he didn't survive.
He looks again. You watch as he turns his head, like almost like an owl, like just he is dead now.
He is.
And Visperthul?
Also dead.
And you watch as he kind of takes a moment to process that. And then he says again, "What did Nero want with the tomes?"
Probably the same thing that you do, right? We were there to ensure that the devils can't just flow in and out. We were going to stop the gate from letting that happen.
That's mostly true. Pretty sure
It's very true. I've thought about this a lot. It's very true. It is not totally forthcoming, but it's
correct,
not
because you
inaccurate.
totally could have shut down the gate with everything you had there. You guys chose not to, but everything you said is technically true.
And to be clear, just so that you know how to interpret this, the plan for Iwan all along was to take control of the gate, but that does mean that devils are not flowing freely.
It's true. Yeah. Agreed. Okay, so he looks at you curiously, and again, you watch as he's very visibly like sizing you up and taking everything you say slowly and digesting it in his head before he asks you more questions. And he asks you, "What would Nero have done with the gate?"
I can't speak for Nero. I don't know. But I know that he doesn't like it in its current state.
Fair enough. He asks you, "How do you know where the tomes were?"
Hold on. Jeff, have to remember how I know where the tomes were. Hero divined their location, right? That's what happened.
Yes, he used commune to ask yes or no questions, to ask, like, is it east of this, is it west of that, and kind of basically triangulated over several days.
Okay.
Approximate location. And then you walked around with your gloves and confirmed that they were in this warehouse.
Right. Yeah, so Nero is a cleric who I'm sure you're very familiar can divine, and through a lot of work was able to divine the location. He triangulated to where it was.
And again, you watch as he just unblinkingly stares at you as you answer, and for almost several minutes after you answer. He just stares at you unblinkingly, taking everything you in, and he doesn't even
And
nod.
just to be clear, Iwan also is kind of doing the same thing to him.
Okay.
like almost just emotionless, just not blinking, like almost like a poker player, not giving away,
Sure.
doing her best to do what she practiced and not giving away anything.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So he looks back at you, and he again, everything you said is true. So he believes everything you're saying, and you're keeping your poker face very solid. And he asks if where is Nero now? He asks again.
I honestly don't know. I mean, I was there. It seemed like we were about to have to engage in combat. I teleported to try to get us out, and here I am. So I don't know, honestly, where he is now.
So he continues to look at you weird in his weird alien stare, and he relents for just a second and says, "We expected to catch the Archbaron or one of his infernal servants, and here you are, a gnome." And
I can understand your confusion. I expected to be somewhere else, and yet here I find myself. What is your plan with me? I don't know how long I've been in here, but it feels like forever. Are you going to keep me here? Have I, what's been my crime?
And with that, he actually nods, and he says, "You have been charged with the murder of Acanis and Amaros."
Who is that?
He says, "A Hound Archon and I think it's a Belize angel. I forget the exact type of angel it is. A Hound Archon, an angel of the graveyard of Sonara."
Oh yes, so I've heard of their death. I don't. This has come to me. I've been accused of this.
He nods. Yes.
Do you know who accused me of this?
He nods and says yes.
Can you tell me? This is curious to me.
And he shakes his head. No, I will not tell you.
And you feel like the evidence is airtight. You know in your heart that I did this?
That's a good question. And
It's a great question.
it's a great question. And he pauses for several minutes, and again, unblinkingly staring at you the whole time. But he eventually relents and says, "No, I'm not certain."
So you'll keep me here forever, despite that uncertainty?
And again, he takes it in for several minutes and says, "No, but for now."
Can I ask how long you'll keep me here?
And he takes less than a minute this time, and he says, "It's not up to me. I am just your keeper. I did not make that decision."
Okay. Can I have something to eat? I'm hungry.
He nods, and he will procure food for you. He doesn't have any on him right now, but he will procure food for you. I'm not going to torture you. I think he's asked all the questions he wanted to ask, all the ones I had, right? Yep. Killed Fax. Yep. Yeah, that's everything. That's all the questions he had for you right now. So, you watch as his head retreats from the opening. He was kind of like leaning over it, looking straight down at you, and his head retreats, but the golden disc is still there at the top. Are you going to say anything as he's getting ready to leave?
Iwan would say, do you think it's right that I'm still being kept here?
He thinks on it for a couple of minutes, and you can tell like the His head is moving very slightly, like by the way the light is moving on the walls above you. And after several minutes, he says, "Yes." And then,
Let me know when that changes.
Yep. And then the light winks out, and the guardian is no more. All right.
Brutal.
We've got half an hour left, and what's going on? So Dern's done with his cloister. That's that day. That's Iwan's that day. So hopping back to Sonara, Bob and Nero are awake in Sonara, and it's basically it's nighttime. So it's after dinner at this point. So what are Bob and Nero up to? You found the new place to hide out at. Where's that movie here?
Well, Nero would divine and just basically try to triangulate where Iwan is.
All right. What is your question? Are you doing your commune thing?
Yes.
Okay. What is your question?
We'll start with, is Iwan alive?
Yes.
Is she in the High District?
No.
Is she in Sonara?
No.
Interesting. Is she within 10 miles of the city?
No.
Interesting. Within 100 miles of the city.
Is there a scale?
Break out the measuring tool.
Right? The measuring tool isn't going to help me, though. 100 miles of the city. Is there a scale on any of these maps? Come on. Someone give me a scale. There's a scale. Okay.
Do I know other places that the Glorious Reclamation is conquered?
Yeah, you're a pretty good idea.
So, why don't you scratch the 100-mile question and just do, like, is she in this city? Is she in this city?
So, you know that the Glorious Reclamation has done most of its stuff around like this area. So basically, they're coming from the north. So they own Sonara, they used to own Cantaria.
Yeah.
You know, they have what else have they taken over? I don't know. Some of those mountains over here.
Okay.
Mountains north of Cantaria too. So basically up here, you know, Brasselwark is still Cheliax. You know, this city is still Cheliax.
Okay.
You know that
Suppose, is she in a city?
no.
Shit.
The fourth question is not in a city.
Is she north of here?
Sorry?
Is she north of here?
Yes.
Is she east of here?
Yes. 6.
Do I know of any place that, like, a settlement, a small area, someplace sacred to the Glorious Reclamation that would be northeast of here?
You do know a location northeast of here that would be of interest to the Glorious Reclamation.
She's not at the... That's not where the... We're not talking about as far as the Godclaw Citadel, are we?
Is that a question that you're asking?
Is she in the Godclaw Citadel?
No. And for the record, that's there on the map.
Where is it? Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
She is not in the Citadel Vignard.
Where do I know if that's northeast of here?
Make a knowledge check. I guess we gotta find your token again. You're on
And
a
he'll
Sonara map.
He'll just stone out to know it because we need to kind of
Okay.
need to know it. Jesus.
So there's There's not a whole lot of settlements out there. So basically, there's Chitterwood, there's mountains and stuff like that. So the Citadel Dinyar is kind of like in the middle of nowhere for the most part. So you're not entirely certain. What are you specifically asking to know?
Nero's trying to think of any place northeast where you could basically jail, like where you would stash someone like Iwan. He's trying to think of some place that you could stash someone who can teleport at will, somebody who can do sending, somebody who could do all these things if they're not bound and gagged and that sort of stuff.
Okay. That is a great question. And you are aware of some place like that. So in the Asphodel Mountains, near the Citadel Dinyar, but not very close to it, it's kind of southwest of it, you are aware of a dead magic zone deep in the mountains.
Ugh.
Dun, dun.
And you would believe that if you wanted to imprison someone who was all those things you just described, that there is probably places out there that you would do it. And you're not familiar with any specific location, but you believe somewhere in those mountains there are areas of wild, like spell-scarred magic. Like there was basically a high magic battle out there in the ancient past.
Right.
And there are areas that are completely dead to magic and areas where magic is unpredictable and all kinds of things like that.
So like Nex and Geb shit?
Sort of. Not
Okay.
that scale, but yes, something happened over there in the mountains a long time ago that made the mountains weird with magic. And you've heard stories because you're Nero and you've read like every book that they had in the library. You've heard stories that there are places that are like anti-magic zones in the mountains. And you're not certain, but that would be a very good place to imprison a spellcaster, yes.
How many questions do I have? 3?
That was 7. You have 3 left.
Is Iwan in an anti-magic zone?
Yes.
Is she in the area you described?
Yes, she's in the Adispel Mountains.
Okay.
Ask her.
Is she in a glorious reclamation camp?
No.
Okay. Okay.
That's your 10 questions for the day.
Okay.
But the good news is it's nighttime, so if you want to go to sleep, you can do your next questions in the morning.
Well, basically I need to... Ugh.
We can just call it here, too, if you want to end 20 minutes early. I don't have much more prepared, so if you want to just think on your next round of spells, and we'll pick it up next time.
Sure. Well, and I'm not worried about that. We can do that. But I guess where do we go from here? If she's way out there,
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, we could break back into that place and cast a teleport scroll to get us there. But
That'd be crazy, though.
I mean, I don't think we're.
So I can offer what Iwan is probably going to do once she starts to get desperate, which it sounds like is the likely scenario, given how long it's going to take you guys to do anything.
Days.
Basically, like, when and if her food starts coming in, she'll ask the angel how long she's been there, since she has no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And when she realizes that it's been at least 1 or 2 Nero divination cycles and nothing has happened, so you can think about how the angel's going to respond to this. She'll basically volunteer to decipher the tomes for them if they'll let her go.
Okay.
Fair
And,
trade.
and you're sincere in that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's, of
Fair
course, a
trade.
long, harebrained plan associated with why she would want to do that, but she is very sincere that she would do it. And desperation is driving her there, too.
Okay. Okay. I'll make a note of that. That's very important. Thank you. Okay.
So I
Somebody
guess
else?
I guess we'd have the halflings do their thing and like listen around, see if they what kind of rumors they come back with. And Nero would probably arrange papers and transport for them to to Narcopolis Manor.
Okay.
He'll basically tell them that he doesn't think he's sure Fex isn't at the manor, but you'll be safe in Narcopolis. There's a thriving halfling hamlet, and you can have a run of the house.
Okay. All right.
So whatever that costs to do that, I'll do that.
Sure.
And he'll put together like Nero papers about like whatever, and put a seal on them and send them on their way with papers.
Okay. All right.
So like most Nero things, legally half-assed but promising.
Promising.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything, or anything else you want to note that you would probably do tomorrow, so I can prepare for it?
I
I assume that I'd try to get word out, or try to get a teleport scroll, I guess, right? I'm trying to think if there's any easy way to get back to Agorian. And I don't think there is.
I mean, it's many days away. It's at least a week, like 5 or 6 days to get to Longacre, and then
Right.
like probably another 5 to 6 days, even longer, because you can't take a riverboat or whatever.
And I don't want to dick around like that. I don't know if there's... Basically, Nero will try to get an ear to the ground and see if there's anyone in town who's not a Glorious Reclamation sympathizer that's powerful enough to get them out.
Okay. Hero searches for powerful casters. Teleport.
Oh shit, we're going to war.
You don't know where the army went. You're pretty sure the army left. Minerva told you that the big army
Yeah.
left.
Oh, that's coming in around to questions once we figure out where Iowa is.
Where is the army?
Just a like mechanics question on that aura, like where the teleportation redirect aura.
Mhm.
If that aura were dismissed somehow, would Iwin pop back to where it was, or is this like done now?
It's done now. I'm not sure Iwan would know that. You'd make a spellcraft check to know that, but it's done now. The effect has already happened. You're not like in a pocket nearby or anything like that. It redirects the teleport.
Yeah.
The worst.
Well, we got 1% out of the mess at least.
That's true. I'm very proud of you. It took a while, but I'm happy that you did it in under a day.
Holy shit.
I was prepared for you to be there for like weeks.
Joel.
I have been on mute this whole fucking time.
Oh, you
Nice.
idiot.
Find out about what's... Joel, Nero would want to find out what exactly is going on with the tieflings
Sure.
and see what he can't do. He's got contacts in the Asmodean Church. He's got contacts with this and that and the other thing. What he can't do to, like, foment on further unrest in Sonara.
Okay. Sure.
And for the record, although Iwin never specifically said what her plans were there, you would at least know that Cointa was one of the names on her list.
That's
Like
true.
the party would know that. She
I can
didn't make
neither
that-
confirm... Nero can neither confirm nor deny that he remembers that.
I'm just saying, the party would know. So it's not inconceivable that you could tie the shenanigans back to Iwin if you knew, like if you saw the Cointa stuff.
That's true. It's definitely there, and there's several places where her name is mentioned. So yeah. There's lots of other graffiti. What else did I write? Just a different boot on tiefling necks.
That's good.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
And one you see Nero, because you're specifically investigating what's going on with the tieflings. One I'll give you that I was saving for later is, had enough, join the Children of the Pit. And you can figure out what that means next session.
Hooray!
MVP.
Yes, MVP. Who's voting? Any nominations for MVP?
Shirag, your RP was out of control this
nice.
session, so
Agreed.
I'm definitely nominating Shirag.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to be Dern.
I think you were amazingly darn. We were laughing about it. I think when you went to the bathroom or whatever, that when you said I couldn't use the bathroom, what do you want first? And you gave him the opposite. I almost lost my shit.
Dern's just trying to stay positive, you know.
I wanted to
Until-
kill you. I wanted to kill you.
I,
Oh,
Michael,
man, yeah.
wanted to kill you.
Yes,
Yeah.
Michael, wanted you dead.
Without spending your money.
Well, that was ridiculous. You spent a lot of money very quickly on a bunch of shit that
Less than a
didn't
day.
work.
I think the scroll dealer also should get a vote for ripping off the party with the terrible scrolls.
He gave you
Yeah.
fair market price.
Stop giving our goddamn hero points to NPCs, even if jokes.
I'm sorry, who double voted for that one? Wasn't that you?
Oh, that
Chris.
was Vord. That was Chris.
It was Chris.
Oh.
That
Okay, never
actually
mind.
happened. Who'd you give it to?
I think I voted for
Frankenstein, the
myself that
skeleton.
day, so it didn't matter.
It's fine. Everything's
Do we know any casters we can give the hero point to so they can use it to get me out?
That's a good idea. I'm into that idea.
You don't know any in the city unless you want to give it to an Imedean priest.
No, no.
Can we just give it to the dying one once again?
You want to give it to Thrivenstein again?
Thrivenstein. That's right.
No, I'm totally game for voting. I second the vote for Dern.
Okay. Anybody else, or is Dern getting it?
I'll back Dern. This was Dern's session,
All
really.
right,
Yeah,
Dern,
sounds
take
good.
a hero point, Mr. Dern. Put it on your
Cheers,
sheet.
cheers.
And morals, what do you guys got?
A lot of them were said
Uh,
today. The prayer was the first one, but it was too long to write
I
down, I
like
guess.
the prayer. Yeah.
I have great respect for the Church of it.
Let's rush this and cut corners. You're asking Bob for a thought?
Let's rush this and cut corners might be a motto for our group.
Yeah. You don't know that I can make you die.
That's-
I think that's it.
I was on mute, but I was angrily yelling at you. This is the past future. If he asks, tell him I'm Bob.
That one, I like that one a lot too. I like the Bob theme, you know.
I don't know if there were any that were chucked around in the Discord or not.
Not really. I don't think.
No, I keep forgetting to do that. I got to do that.
We need to come up with a good way to do that. But all right, so what are we choosing here? I vote for a prayer or a subset of the prayer.
I like you don't know that I can. You don't know that I can make you die.
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I would like to nominate something that I said, which was it would be kickin' rad if you could help.
I did like the whole prayer. If you can write the whole prayer, I'm into that.
If you can write the whole
what I
prayer
want.
as the moral, I think that's what I want.
I can do that. I'd have to look back at the video, but like I can open the recording and I can actually transcribe it.
It was good because I think for you guys, it's a rare moment to have Bob do the Bob thing.
Yeah. I'll do. I love like I feel like I'm twisting his arm every time I make him say a prayer or actually do something related to the class he's actually playing. But it's,
I don't know how
fun.
normal people pray. Never mind how an idiot would pray.
Fair enough. All right. So is it Bob's prayer or are you voting something else?
I vote Bob's prayer.
Yeah, I think Bob's prayer was a good
Okay.
theme for this.
So I will transcribe the prayer after the recording is done. So yeah, that's it. That's everything. We're done 10 minutes early, but that's fine. We'll pick up whenever we pick up. I think we have a session in like a week and a half. Is the next normal one?
So I have some weird shit happening. The week of November 11th, I'm going to San Diego, so that's going to be rocky territory for me.
Okay.
The week of November 11th, I am in Hawaii on my honeymoon.
Perfect.
Voila.
We got the third here.
Yeah, the next session is the 3rd. So yeah, there's nothing planned for the 11th, so that should be fine.
No, third's my character in the other game.
Heyo! It's true.
Hiyo!
Third of House Third.
Third of the third lights.
Yeah, that seems reasonable for
Yeah.
me.
So we're gonna play next, not next week, but on the 3rd, November 3rd. So like I said, like a week and a half from now.
What day of the week is that?
That's a
That's
Sunday.
Sunday. Perfect.
Yeah, and I guess Vors has agreed to go to that one. So Vors, in the meanwhile, has been doing stuff. So he's got like a day and a half of stuff to catch up on. That we'll try.
Yeah, no noble ass shit. I
Yeah,
believe.
he's hobnobbing with nobles and looking for his cousins.
Alright.
And you guys have only spent a day and a half. Again, I was prepared for you to be here for a while.
But we spent like $1 billion gold.
So
We
it
did spend a lot of money in
is.
gold.
It is currently Thursday, and the Archcountess has told you that there is like a dinner party on Saturday that she won't be attending. It's too beneath her. But she said like they're inviting some Thrune agents and interesting people like that, but she's not going. So that's in
But
2
we're
days.
invited.
You have not been invited as of yet.
At least Vors might get invited.
Yes, Vor specifically asked, like, what are the next parties? Like, he basically said, like, what are the social obligations of nobles in this town? And he got, like, 3 or 4 different events out of her in the next couple of weeks.
It's kind of funny what he's going to come back to is basically brown nosing while we've been like fighting for our lives out here.
Yeah, he's hobnobbing with nobles, trying to assess the courts of Cheliax, as the adventurer would have you do. But hey, you guys are off in the middle of mountains that aren't part of the chapter. It's fine.
Well, one of us is.
You'll all be in mountains next week. It's fine.
Yeah, well, we're all good. Durin's going to be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. You guys are gonna go fight in anti-magic mountains.
I mean,
So-
we want to be here, but
You got the books though. The books are in Agorian now. That's what it is right now. That's
okay.
legit.
Because I want to get back to Gorian, but I mean, going without our arcane person and leaving Iwin to rot is pretty shitty for Jeff. At the same
Hey,
time,
I mean, if that's what the party would do, that's what the party would do. Iwan's got plans.
well, but it's
She's gonna come back
interesting.
and haunt your asses.
It's interesting because I think at the same time, Iwin might get herself out of this. Might like. Don't you feel that what this is going on is wrong, and she's going to start pointing out, she's going to start prodding at every wrong thing the Glorious Reclamation is doing. This whole reclamation is built on theft. Nero was in the God Claw. They stole that sword. There's no way around it. They stole it.
Mm.
This is all based on theft, and you're telling me that you're okay with that?
It's a compelling argument to make. Yes,
It'll be interesting.
I'm sure she's gonna have fun with that too. Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited to see the RP online. It's gonna be good.
The other, just for like, so I already revealed the first level of desperation, but I also have second level of desperation in mind, and that I have more of a mechanics question on.
Okay.
So, are there any penalties for like an arcanist to start worshiping a god?
No,
Whoa.
I don't believe there's any penalties. You can be agnostic or you can worship a god as an arcane spellcaster.
And it doesn't really have any normal effect, but if
Mhm.
you wanted to, again, in desperation, try to ask become a follower and ask for help, one could theoretically do that.
Yeah. Correct. Like as a non-spellcaster, like a non-divine spellcaster, their gods are under no obligation to help you, but they can do things. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Certainly, like
Yeah.
you can be a farmer and pray to a god, and like your crops grow better. That just happens. That's real life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. All right. If that's it, I'm gonna stop the recording.